If you have a demand for concrete, call on Ainsworth Ready Mix to get your project started. Residential, commercial, or industrial concrete jobs, they're committed to providing quality product at an affordable price at Ainsworth Ready Mix, proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics.
Experience, reputation, and results. This is Laura Lee Frank at Bruner Frank Shoemaker, LLC. We pride ourselves on personal attention and solid results for your legal needs. We have law offices in both Kearney and Ainsworth for your convenience. Give us a call today.
Well, very good evening and welcome to McAndrew Gymnasium on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, on our website, kbrb.net, and those joining us on the video stream from Ainsworth Community Schools as we get set for high school basketball. On a Tuesday evening, the Ainsworth Bulldogs set to host the Burwell Longhorns for a varsity doubleheader. Greg Kinsey welcoming you to McAndrew Gymnasium for this high school varsity matchup this evening. The Ainsworth Bulldog girls come in at 2-9 on the year. Burwell at 3-6 in our girls varsity matchup. And then in our boys matchup, it will be the 1-8 Longhorns against the 2-9 Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have won 2 consecutive games after losing their first 9 to start the season with kind of an injury-riddled roster, but they are back and basically have a full bench, do the Bulldog boys, and they will look for their 3rd straight victory tonight against the Longhorns, who are coming in off a win over Elba. For the Burwell girls at 3-6 on the season, the Longhorns picked up a win to open the season on the road at Fullerton, then dropped 3 straight to North Central, Ravenna, and at West Holt in a game we had on KBRB. They scored a victory over Newman Grove St. Edward, then 3 straight losses at Anselmo Myrna, Central Valley, and Ansley Litchfield. That Central Valley team, a very good team, lost to them in the opening round of the holiday tournament. But the Longhorns, like the boys coming off a victory, they defeated Elba on Saturday, 49-43. So the Longhorns coming in at 3-6 on the season. Ainsworth at 2-9. They're coming off a 47-37 loss on this floor Friday night against Mullen. They won their 2nd game of the year in the consolation of the Summerland Holiday Tournament on the 30th, 48-28 over Wakefield. The other win for the Bulldogs against Gordon Rushville. We welcome you into our Buckles Automotive pregame show here on KBRB. The cold weather is coming at some point, we think, and so will be the Cavs. So be ready with a trip to Buckles Automotive as they have a great supply of portable generators and portable heaters, Master and Val 6 radiant heaters with several sizes to choose from. They're fully stocked with ice melt for sidewalks, tow rope, batteries, antifreeze, thermo-aid, diesel fuel additives, and more. You name it, and you need it for winter, they have it available at Buckles Automotive. Stay safe and fired up this winter with a trip to Buckles Automotive on Main Street in Ainsworth. We'll take a break, hear from some of the folks who make these broadcasts possible, come back, introduce you to these 2 teams.
Big D Oil. Dave Garrison offers with mobile oil change services anytime, anywhere. Tractors, semis, irrigation engines, RVs. No mess, convenient, and hassle-free. Call 402-760-0151 and let the oil change come to you.
Hello, I'm Kirk Peterson, an investment advisor representative with Peterson Asset Protection Group. I can help you get your finances in order by taking a look at the big picture. I'll consider your estate, retirement investments, and tax strategies. Let Peterson Asset Protection Group help you put your financial house in order.
Whether high school, college, or the pros, the game is always on at the 402 Bar on Main Street in Ainsworth. Check out the game in the high-definition 86-inch screens. Not a bad seat in the house at the 402 Bar, Main Street in Ainsworth.
For all of your livestock or grain hauling needs, call on Thad Jones Trucking of Ainsworth. Well-maintained trucks and trailers, skilled, reliable, and experienced drivers. Thad Jones Trucking. Phone 402-760-1964.
Well, we welcome you back here to McAndrew Gymnasium as we get set for this varsity doubleheader between Ainsworth and Burwell. The Longhorns come in with two girls averaging in double figures points-wise, and that would be Brooklyn Gideon and Carson Bauer. Bauer at about 11 points, 5 rebounds per game. Gideon scoring 10 points and 6 rebounds per game. Also leads the team with 3 assists per ball game. Both Gideon and Bauer averaging better than 2 steals per ball game. But after those two young ladies, the scoring lightens as Rhea Peterson has about 5 points per ball game. Then it's Tally Rambat at 3 per game. This Burwell team scores about 31 per ball game on the season. For the Ainsworth Bulldogs, they're led by Grayson Painter. She is averaging a little over 16 points per game for Ainsworth and just shy of 10 rebounds, almost averaging a double-double for this Bulldog team. From there, it is 8 points a game from Willa Flynn, 7 points a game from Peyton Sears, and Jaylee Good, second on the team at 6.5 rebounds per ball game. Ainsworth scores 36 per contest. So that's a look at both of these teams as we get set for our varsity doubleheader here tonight from McAndrew Gymnasium. Over on FM 92, KBRB.net, the North Central Knights hosting good teams in Central Valley tonight in Rock County. We'll also keep you updated. Stewart is on the road for girls and boys varsity doubleheader at Anselmo Myrna. And the Westhold Huskies are on the road taking on the Valentine Badgers. Should be a great girls game there between 8-1 Valentine and 8-2 Westhold. We can just score updates from there. Thursday night, we will be in Boyd County for the Stewart Broncos and a Niobrara Valley Conference matchup. Friday, we'll follow the Ainsworth Bulldogs to O'Neill St. Mary's as the Bulldog boys take on the defending champion in D2, the St. Mary's Cardinals. Girls will precede that one. Also on Friday, we'll be in Atkinson where the Westhold Huskies get set to host another GNAC opponent in Summerlin. Busy week for Westhold. Valentine tonight, Summerlin Friday, and a game we'll have on KBRB. Then they go to Elkhorn Valley Saturday. Elkhorn Valley playing about the best basketball in Class C2 on the girls' side right now. We'll also be on the air Saturday with the Stewart Broncos. They will be home to Neely Oakdale. So that's our broadcast schedule this week. It's a busy one as always. And it starts tonight with a doubleheader, Ainsworth and Burwell, and it's North Central and Central Valley on FM 92. Let's introduce you to the starting lineups for our girls varsity matchup. Lineups brought to you by Three River, your area telecommunications and technology leader. We'll start with the 3-6 Burwell Longhorns. They're coached by McKenna Gurney, assisted by Kaylin Giddison. The Longhorns will start number 3, Caitlin Simon. She is a junior. Number 4, Brooklyn Gideon. She is a senior. Number 14, Rhea Peterson, a senior. Leading scorer, number 24, Carson Bauer. She is a senior. And number 40, Tally Rambat. She is a junior. 3 seniors and 2 juniors in the starting lineup for the Burwell Longhorns. Lineups brought to you by Three River. Three River Communications offering unbeatable fiber internet speeds at amazing prices with Three Rivers Fiber Network. Your internet, cable television, and telephone service are unmatched in the area. Call 866-569-2666 for more information on the services provided by Three River. They are your local broadband provider. Now the starting lineup for the 2-9 Ainsworth Bulldogs, coached by Sandy Nelson, who I don't believe is here tonight, so they'll be coached by assistant coach Katie Painter. The Bulldogs will start their typical lineup with 4 juniors and a freshman. Number 11, Kenley Welke, 5'4" junior. Number 15, Willa Flynn, a 5'8" junior. Number 21, Jaylee Good, 5'7" and a junior. Number 22, Grayson Painter, a 5'7" junior. And number 23, Peyton Sears, 5'5" and a freshman. Those are your starters for the Ainsworth Bulldogs. Should be a good one here. Burwell, a scrappy team. They've got 2 quality scorers in Gideon and Bauer. Have seen them on the floor this year, and they're both veteran players, and they will take a lot of the shots for this Burwell Longhorn team, but they're a good 1-2 combo in Brooklyn Gideon and Carson Bauer. For the Ainsworth Bulldogs, Grayson Painter back after missing the Pleasanton Holiday Tournament and most of the game before that against Broken Bow. So she is back and hopefully nearing that 100% health, as she came back in the Summerlin Tournament, was definitely not 100% after injuring her ankle, but that's now been going on 2+ weeks, almost 3. And so hopefully she's getting back to being a little closer to 100%. So look at your starting lineups on KBRB. The lineups brought to you by 3 River. Burwell will be in its road black uniforms with the white numbers and letters and the purple highlights, the purple stripe. Ainsworth will be in its home whites with the red numbers and letters and red stripes. We will take a break and come back to bring you the tip between the Bulldogs and the Longhorns. High school hoops on KBRB tonight. We'll get you score updates from Valentine, and where the West Old Huskies are playing. We'll also get you score updates from Myrna, where Stewart takes on Anselmo Myrna, and get you score updates from FM 92's matchup between the North Central Knights and Central Valley. We'll come back, be ready for the tip after this timeout on KBRB.
Red and White Market is your local community connection for high-quality food, friendly service, and great prices. Make sure to grab a delicious piping hot lunch. The deli starts serving at 11:30 weekdays. You can have it to stay or to go from Red and White Market on Highway 20 in Ainsworth.
Tires you deserve from people you can trust. At Brown County Tire, their sales and service teams go above and beyond to help you with your tire needs. For complete tire service and oil changes, call on Brown County Tire in Ainsworth. Phone 402-387-0203.
Go Bulldogs! A Bulldog debit card from Union Bank and Trust is the perfect way to show off your Bulldog pride wherever you use your card, at home or away. Stop by our Ainsworth branch today for complete details. Member FDIC.
Depend on the pros. When it comes to customer satisfaction and fair prices on electrical, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning work, call on Pro Electric and HVAC of Ainsworth. Trent Kinney at 382-5535.
Nebraska beef. It's what's for dinner.
Choice for ag and industrial steelwork is Winters Millwright in Ainsworth. Evan Winters has over 2 decades of experience and an expert team who are proud to offer construction, machinery installation, maintenance, repairs, and innovative solutions.
Garazika with Fueler Speed, a second-generation nutrition-first company that truly cares if you're successful. With our products from everything from mineral to cube, custom seed, consultations, effort development programs, feedstock supplier programs, we can do it all. That's Scott Rosicka with Soother Seeds, 402-358-2083.
We welcome you back here on AM 14, FM 106.3 and KBRB.net as we're about set for our girls varsity matchup tonight. Here in McAndrew Gymnasium, the Ainsworth Bulldogs hosting the Burwell Longhorns. Bulldogs looking for their third victory of the season, and the Longhorns trying to get to 4-6. Ainsworth trying to stack a few wins here so that they can stay out of the 8-9 matchup in the Niobrara Valley Conference. It's a 9-team tournament, so if you are above the 8 seed, you won't have to play until the quarterfinals. If you happen to be into that 8-9 seed, you'll play an opening round matchup on the Saturday prior to the quarterfinals. So both Bulldog teams trying to pick up enough wins to stay out of that early round matchup. Glad to have you with us on KBRB, Greg Kinsey, and along with you watching in on the Ainsworth Community Schools video feed. Appreciate that partnership with Ainsworth Community Schools to bring our audio to the pictures you are watching here this evening. Bulldogs will go from left to right, from south to north, as we call it here at McAndrew Gymnasium. The Longhorns from right to left, from north to south. It will be Jaylee Good jumping center against Caitlin Simon, and we are ready to go. High school basketball on KBRB tonight as the tip is loose and a jump ball called between Kinley Welke and Carson Bauer. So Burwell can't really give a, you're going to have to, they're going to say Burwell possessed it, and then Ainsworth tied it up. So that will give you the possession arrow, looks like, to Ainsworth. So that's what they will go with. They say Burwell possessed it off the tip, and then Ainsworth jumped right in there, Kinley Welke, to tie it up. So the possession arrow now will favor the Longhorns. Ainsworth gets the first possession. Welke onto the right wing to Peyton Sears. Looks like man-to-man defensively for Burwell to start the game. Or do we have maybe looks like more, yeah, it is man-to-man, it appears. In the right corner, Flynn looking inside for Painter along the baseline. Double team, gets it out to Willa. 3 on the right wing off the front iron. Rebound, though, down to Grayson. Tight walks along the baseline. Pulls up from 17. Back iron. Rebound down to Kinley Welke. 2 offensive rebounds on this possession for the Bulldogs and a fresh 35-second clock. And Grayson loses the handle, and it's knocked away and stolen by Brooklyn Gideon. So a couple of offensive rebounds for the Bulldogs, but they come up empty on their opening possession. Bulldogs a 2-3 zone defense to start the game. They throw it inside to Bauer. Good defense help side from Jaylee Good. And they'll say the ball goes off Bauer and out of bounds. Nice rotation in the zone for Jaylee after they threw it over a fronting defender to Bauer. So each team with an early turnover. Jaylee into the hands of Willa Flynn, and she's going to travel with the basketball. So a little full court pressure from the Longhorns forces a Bulldog turnover. Well, we're a minute into this one. It is scoreless here with the boys varsity to follow. Busy week for us once again as we hit the full January schedule on KBRB. Games tonight, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Have some Huskers mixed in. 3-point shot taken and missed by Peterson on the left wing. Rebound down to Grayson Painter. Couple of boards already for Grayson. Throws it ahead to Kinley Welke. Back to Grayson. Painter on the right wing, directing traffic. Gets a high screen from Jaylee Goods. Flips it out top to Welke, around to Sears on the left wing. She gets a screen. Tries to give it away to Flynn on the screen and roll, and it's picked off by Bauer. 3 turnovers early here for Ainsworth. Still looking for our first points of the game. Skip pass from Gideon to Peterson. Now to Bauer, back to Gideon. Bounces it toward the high post to Rambat. Knocked away by Welke, saved by Gideon. Into the left corner, here's Simon. Bauer from 15 feet, double team, steps through it, and banks in the 10-footer. Carson Bauer gets the game's first points. Jaylee Good breaks the pressure ahead to Kinley Welke. Looking down low, pass knocked through the hands of Sears. The shot from 6 for Grayson Painter is too strong. And the board down to Rhea Peterson. 2-0 Burwell. There's a steal on the wing by Grayson Painter. She heads down the left lane, lays it in with the left hand. And Painter puts the Bulldogs on the board with the steal and layup. Tied at 2.5 minutes into our girls varsity matchup here from McAnder Gymnasium. There's another knockaway by Painter. Couldn't save this one on the far sideline. It'll be inbounded by the Longhorns. Looks like West Holt leading Valentine 25-12 mid-second quarter. Huskies with the lead over the 8-1 Valentine Badgers. Burwell with 10 on the shot clock. Gets a long jumper for Simon. That won't go. And Jaylee Good comes down with the rebound. Jaylee measured that one up, timed her jump perfectly. Left wing, here's a three for Peyton Sears in transition off the side of the iron. Chased down, though, by Grayson Painter. Third board already for Grayson. Step back, can't get the three away. Good closeout by Gideon, rather. Drive by Welke, puts up a runner off the back rim. No, Flynn tries the tip, and she is fouled on the putback attempt. So the Bulldogs doing an excellent job early of crashing the glass. Ainsworth with a 6-1 rebound advantage. The foul goes on Rhea Peterson, and 2 free throws for Willa Flynn in a tie ball game. So West Holt and Valentine. That game in Valentine started about 5:30, and they're in the second quarter. That Valentine team 8-1, West Holt 8-2, and the Huskies have a 13-point lead mid-second quarter. Flynn makes the first and hits the second as well. Willa gets on the board, and Ainsworth grabs its first lead at 4-2. Gideon working against Welke at the top of that 2-3, skips it to Peterson. High post to Rambit, turnaround jumper. High arcing is good for Tally Rambit on the assist from Rhea Peterson. And now Painter is knocked to the floor and fouled in the backcourt. That one will go against Caitlin Simon. So 2 fouls now on Burwell, 4.5 to go in the opening quarter, tied at 4. Peterson throws it ahead, or Painter throws it ahead to Flynn, now to Sears. Back to Grayson on the deep left wing. Jaylee Good fakes the 3. Gives it to Welke. Welke dribbles left. Hands to Good. Now to Sears. Spacing a little tough right now for Ainsworth. Welke can't get the 3 away. Gets it to Sears. 18-footer. Good. Peyton Sears on the right wing. On the assist from Kinley Welke. And we're midway through quarter number 1. Bulldogs out with a 6-4 lead. And there's a travel in the backcourt on the Longhorns. First substitute into the game will be Ainsworth freshman Adeline Doak. She'll replace fellow freshman Peyton Sears. And we see into the game for Burwell, Natalie Conrad. Conrad is a sophomore. Where's number 34? 6'4" Bulldogs. Halfway through our first quarter. Painter crosses over to the left, now loses the dribble, gets it to Welke, now to Flynn. Deep right wing for Willa. Skip pass to Jaylee Good, fakes the 3, drives, pull up 16-footer is short, but she was hand-checked and fouled before the shot. So that will go against the newly entered Natalie Conrad. Third team foul on Burwell. 3:44 to play in the first. Bulldogs lead 6-4. Welke bounces it into Flynn. Left elbow jumper off the front rim. And the rebound down to Rhea Peterson. Longhorns, Gideon ahead to Peterson. Peterson bothered by Welke, gets it to Gideon on the left wing. Brooklyn averages 10 a game, throws it down inside to Rambat. Her shot off the glass won't go, and the rebound cleared by Willa Flynn. Ainsworth doing a good job on both the offensive and defensive glass. Painter working against Gideon in the man-to-man. She'll pull up, take a 3 off the right side of the rim from the top of the key. Long rebound out to Gideon, and Brooklyn wants to run. Takes it down the left elbow. Pull-up jumper from 15 won't go. Rebound down to Willa Flynn. 3 early boards for Flynn with 3 minutes to go in the first. Low-scoring quarter, 6-4 Ainsworth. Flynn on the right baseline, tries to drive on Peterson, gets it to Jaylee Good. Now to Welke, foot on the line. Long 2 is strong. And it goes out of bounds to the Longhorns. Ainsworth will bring freshman Grayson Sisson into the ball game. She will replace Welke. And in for Burwell comes Erica Larson. She is a senior. She replaces Rambet. 6-4 Ainsworth. Points are pretty at a premium here in the opening quarter. Another near steal by Painter, saved by Gideon. We've got a foul away from the ball in the post. It'll be a pushing foul called on Adeline Doak. That's the first foul for Ainsworth. Burwell brings Bauer back into the game, replacing Simon. Peterson to inbound with the Longhorns down 2. Gideon will track it down in the backcourt. Guarded there by Sisson. Swings it left side to Peterson. Tries to drive baseline. Shut off by Jaylee Good. Gideon can't get the three away as they close out on her. Swing it around right wing. 3-point shot for Conrad is good. Natalie Conrad for 3 on the assist by Brooklyn Gideon. That's our 4th first quarter lead change. And Burwell with a 7-6 advantage over the Bulldogs. Painter on the drive, cut off right at the free throw line. Gets it to Sisson, now to Flynn. Back to Grayson, top of the key. Painter, screen and roll to Flynn. Shot too strong off the glass. And then a pushing foul goes against Ainsworth after the rebound by Conrad. And that'll be the second quick foul whistled against Adeline Doak. So Doak off the bench. Now she and Sisson head back to the bench as Welke and Sears return. Minute 53 to play in the opening quarter. Burwell with a 7-6 lead. Ainsworth goes to a little full court pressure, broken by Gideon. Now she's double teamed and travels with it on the far sideline. Don't see Ainsworth throw in a lot of full court pressure, but they do there. Comes as a surprise, and Burwell turns it over on a travel. Jaylee Good across the timeline, swings it to Welke, deep right wing. Guarded by Bauer in the man-to-man. Kinley tries to turn the corner with her left hand, loses control, and kicks it to Flynn. Long 2, foot on the line, back rim. Rebound tip, Jaylee Good has it, puts it up and scores. Jaylee Good on the offensive glass. Our 5th lead change of the quarter. Ainsworth takes the lead 8-7. Final 83 seconds of our opening quarter. Gideon skip pass to Conrad. She steps in from 16, too strong, and Jaylee Good is there for her 3rd rebound. Bulldogs 10 rebounds in this opening quarter. Jaylee coast to coast, going to draw the foul and go to the line. Nice take right down the right side of the lane. Nobody shut her off as she got past Erica Larson. Larson picks up the foul trailing, and it will be 2 free throws now for Jaylee, who got on the board with the offensive rebound and put back. Now she's at the line. Free throw is up front rim for Jaylee. Bulldogs lead 8-7 with 1:10 to play in our opening quarter of basketball. Second free throw is good for Jaylee. Her 3rd straight point, and Ainsworth leads it by 2, 9-7. After 1 quarter of play on FM 92, Central Valley leading North Central 14-9. Deep 3 left wing taken for Gideon, won't go. Rebound, Karam's out to Gideon. Extra possession for the Longhorns. Bauer drives in, misses the shot. She attacks the glass. Knocked out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Ainsworth. It will stay with Burwell. It looks like after 1 quarter of play from Anselmo Myrna leading Stewart 15-5. 3-point shot, top of the key is good for Brooklyn Gideon. And our 6th lead change of the quarter. Burwell retakes the lead, 10-9. Sears on the drive, goes in, draws the contact. She'll go to the line on the shot. As Larson was late rotating over to try to get the help after Sears beat her initial defender. So with 33 seconds left in the quarter, Ainsworth down by 1 will put freshman Peyton Sears at the line. Westhold a 38-18 lead at the half over Valentine as Sears in and out on the first free throw. This will be the 6th free throw attempt of the quarter for Ainsworth. Did a nice job attacking the rim, getting to the line. That was the 5th team foul on Burwell of the quarter. 2nd free throw too strong. And the rebound pulled down by Larson, who had committed the foul. So Ainsworth comes up empty on the 2 free throws. Now the shot clock is off if Burwell wants to hold for the final shot, leading by a 10-9 score. Bauer fakes the three, gets it out to Gideon. She can't get a shot away. Looking for Peterson left side with 12 seconds. Inside to an open Conrad, or make that an open Larson. Her shot is blocked by Grayson Painter. And Jaylee Good comes down with the board. Flynn with 1 second left, beats the clock with a long two. On the assist from Painter, Willa Flynn gets her second basket. First two were at the line. And that gives Ainsworth on our 7th lead change, an 11-10 lead after 8 minutes of basketball on our Tri-County Bank scoreboard here on KBRB tonight.
Put your project in good hands with Sean Furno Construction, offering complete general contracting services, home renos, window installs, siding, roofing, decks, new builds, you name it. Call on Sean Furno Construction at 402-382-8093.
When it comes to health care, the providers at the Ainsworth Family Clinic set a standard in quality that aims to exceed your expectations. Dr. Kenneth Wasmond and nurse practitioners Jennifer Schermeyer, Hillary Goodwin, and Crystal Daly. Better never stops at the Ainsworth Family Clinic. Madison's Great Western, west of Ainsworth, serves all your fertilizer, fuel, and propane needs. Give them a call at 387-2870. Stop by the office. Visit with Bob Maxwell. You'll find Madison's Great Western makes your fertilizer and fuel needs their #1 priority.
Well, we have some score updates to pass along. It is Central Valley leading North Central 14-9 at the end of one. At half, West Holt with a 38-18 lead over Valentine girls play. And it is Anselmo Myrna leading Stewart 15-5. It's 11-10 Bulldogs on the buzzer beater by Willa Flynn to end the first quarter, our 7th lead change of that opening quarter. Ainsworth a 1-point lead, and Grayson Painter knocks one out of bounds on the far sideline. It will stay with Burwell with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Burwell in its road blacks with the purple stripes and the white, purple highlighted numbers and letters. Ainsworth in its home whites with the signature red numbers, letters, and stripe. Bauer is going to get hand checked up high by Peyton Sears. That'll be the first foul on Sears, the first of the quarter on Ainsworth. Opening minute, quarter number 2. Ainsworth leads 11-10. Burwell basketball with a fresh shot clock. Inbounded to Gideon in the backcourt. Ainsworth stays in the zone. Looks like more a 1-3-1 zone now. Peterson on the baseline. Shot up too strong. Offensive rebound weak side. Won't go for Simon. And then she's after it again and is tied up with Flynn. Possession arrow gives it to Ainsworth. Good job on the offensive glass there for Simon. Just couldn't get the putback to fall, and Ainsworth takes over. 11-10, Bulldogs by a point with the basketball. Ainsworth 2-9, Burwell 3-6 on the year. Kenley Welke deep left wing against the man-to-man. Up top to Jaylee Good. She's guarded by Simon, skips it into the corner to Flynn. Her three-point shot too strong, but the weak side rebound down to Grayson Painter. Bulldogs get a fresh 35-second clock. Jaylee Good loses the ball out of bounds. She wanted the contact on Peterson. Instead, it's the 4th turnover on Ainsworth. Played a minute here in the second quarter. Ainsworth hanging on to a 1-point advantage, 11-10 here at home. Burwell coming off a win on, I believe, Saturday against Elba. Ainsworth dropped a game to Mullen here Friday as there's a steal by Painter. Grayson the other way. Out top to Jaylee Good. Long two. Banks it in. Jaylee Good banks in an 18.5-footer on the second assist for Grayson Painter. Jaylee now has 5 in the first half. She is starting to pick up the scoring a little bit for this Ainsworth team to go along with Painter's lead, and then Flynn and Sears. There's a 3 on the left wing answering. Caitlin Simon to tie us at 13 apiece. Painter on the left wing gets it high post to Grayson, misses the jumper. Round and out, rebound to Good, out to Grayson, misses the 3. Offensive rebound, Sears, and she is fouled on the putback. So 2 more offensive rebounds for the Bulldogs, and this will lead to free throws for Peyton Sears, and that will be the second foul on Ree Peterson. Bauer exits. Back in returns Natalie Conrad. They will call that foul on the floor instead of in the act of shooting. Jaylee Good, deep right wing, gets it off to Grayson Painter. Inside to Flynn on a post. Turnaround post move, up and in. Nice quick post move by Willa Flynn. Third assist for Painter, and Ainsworth retakes the lead. 15-13, that's our 8th lead change of the opening half. Gideon up top, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach McKenna Gurney with 5:31 to play in the half. Bulldogs on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard, leading Burwell 15-13. We'll take a break, come back with more high school basketball on KBRB.
Ainsworth Auto Parts is now Auto Value, located along Richardson Drive, right along East City Park. They offer oil, fluids, wax and paint, accessories, tools and shop supplies, as well as ag and heavy-duty parts. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts. Ainsworth Auto Parts, your Auto Value parts store.
William Crotter Lumber Company of Ainsworth, Bassett, Stewart, Atkinson, O'Neill, Spencer, and Gregory supply all of your building needs, from the tiniest finishing nail to truckloads of lumber. William Crotter Company, where service is a family tradition.
At West Plains Bank, we're proud to offer the financial products and services to help you accomplish your life's goals. West Plains Bank in Ainsworth and Springview, a better way to bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Boy, we've had 8 lead changes in about 10 and a half minutes of basketball, so it's been pretty much a one-possession game throughout this first half. Ainsworth led 11-10 at the break, leads 15-13 with 5:31 to play in the half. It is Burwell basketball off the timeout, 22 on the shot clock. Gideon up top against Kinley Welke. Ainsworth looks like has gone man-to-man, so a little switch up for Coach Katie Painter tonight, and there's a good knock away out of bounds on the help side by Jaylee Good. It will stay with Burwell, just 11 to shoot. Peterson to inbound. Trying to screen for Gideon. Can't get her open. Good defense by Welke, and it's going to lead to a 5-second count. They were trying to run Gideon off a double screen, and Kinley Welke just stuck right in her hip pocket, so that's the 6th turnover on the Longhorns. Good inbound defense by Ainsworth. Painter off a screen, gets it to Flynn, and we've got a tie-up. Flynn wrestled it away, but the quick jump ball called. Ball goes back to Burwell. Burwell basketball trailing by 2. Gideon hounded by Kinley Welke at the top of the key. Gets it to Simon against Painter. Loses a dribble, needs some help. Swings it out top to no one, and they'll go into the backcourt. And there's the 7th turnover for Burwell. .452 to play in the half. We've got all of our area teams in action tonight. Central Valley at the end of one led North Central 14-9 in the matchup over on 92.7 on the web this evening. Here's a 3, top of the key. Willa Flynn, too strong, but the long rebound chased down by Peyton Sears. She dumps it underneath. Tough catch for Grayson along the baseline. She tries to throw it inside to Flynn. It's poked away and stolen by Gideon. Ainsworth's 5th turnover. Gideon takes a spike, or make that Peterson took about a spike line 3. And that one was off the front rim and a rebound out of bounds to Ainsworth. That was a deep one there for Rhea Peterson. Ainsworth brings back Adeline Doak, who played in the first quarter, picked up a couple of fouls. She'll replace Peyton Sears. Ainsworth has played 7. Burwell has also played 7 in this opening half. 15-13 Ainsworth, 4 minutes, 22 seconds to play in the half. Flynn throws it down to Painter, double teamed on the baseline. Skip pass. Jaylee now to Welke to Doak on the baseline. Throws it low for Painter. Saved by Welke. Still 20 on the shot clock. Baseline jumper Jaylee Good off the rim. Rebound snared by Natalie Conrad. Conrad's 2nd board. Back comes Burwell. Gideon gets a good screen from Rambit. Conrad tries to spin on the baseline on Doak. Nothing there. Good defense for Ainsworth in the man-to-man. Have not seen Ainsworth play man-to-man much. 3 for Simon. Back rim, no. Rebound tipped around. And it's into the hands of Painter, and she's got a breakaway. Grayson lays it in with a right hand. Her 2nd bucket. Both have come on breakaways. One on a steal And that one on the long rebound. Largest lead of the game for either team as the Bulldogs up 17-13 with 3:25 to play in the half. Peterson fakes the three. Here's Gideon coming off a curl. And a shot blocked by Kinley Welke. Great play, but the rebound down to Conrad. Out to a three for Peterson, front rim. Rebound, battled for between Jaylee Good and Simon. And we have a foul that will go against Jaylee. So another possession for Burwell. In returns Erica Larson for the Longhorns. Out will go Peterson. 3:08 to play in the half. Bulldogs 17-13. They've outscored Burwell 6-3 here in the second. That pass from Gideon, way too tall. Over the head of Larson and out of bounds. 8th turnover on the Longhorns. Approach the 3-minute mark of the first half. Bulldogs with a 4-point lead and the basketball, looking for win number 3 on the season. We're going to get a timeout from Coach Katie Painter. And we'll take one as well. Your Tri-County Bank scoreboard. Less than 3 minutes to go in our opening half of basketball with the boys varsity to follow. It's Ainsworth leading Burwell 17-13.
Making car shopping fun again. Whether you're in the market for brand new or pre-owned, shop the great selection at William Crotter Company, where service is a family tradition. See them at 305 West Douglas in O'Neill, or you can find them on Facebook and CrotterAuto.com.
Your first choice for exceptional care is Rangeland Rehab locations in Ainsworth and Bassett. Physical therapist Brian Doak, along with professional staff, are trained in many techniques to help improve mobility and decrease pain. For appointments, call Rangeland Rehab at 387-1600.
Need a project tackled? Well, get them lined up. Shelburne Contracting in Ainsworth is proud to offer seamless gutters, windows and doors, flooring, decking, roofing, fencing, complete home remods, even firewood prep. Call Ty at 402-760-0985.
Well, score update from Myrna at the half in girls varsity. It is Anselmo Myrna leading the Stewart Broncos 25-9. At last check at the half, West Holt had a 38-18 lead on the road at Valentine tonight. Ainsworth basketball off the timeout, leading by 4. Drive by Jaylee Good, kicks it out to Welke for an 18-footer, and she banks it home. Banked and then swirled around the hoop a couple of times before Welke gets the shot to go on the assist by Jaylee Good. Welke's first bucket. This pass is knocked away from Larson, taken by Flynn, and then Grayson Peterson is knocked down. She's adjusting the glasses. Looks like she's okay as they'll keep it with Ainsworth. It was knocked out of bounds by Simon after the turnover. So the Bulldogs have all 5 starters in the scoring column here in the first half. Leading scorer Grayson Painter with just 4. But the Bulldogs now lead by 6, 19-13. Credit the work Brooklyn Gideon's done as they run Grayson off a 2-player screen, misses the 3 in the left corner, and the rebound comes down to Natalie Conrad, her 4th of the half, to lead the Longhorns. Brooklyn Gideon's done a nice job on Painter defensively in the man-to-man, not bringing a lot of help. It's just Gideon going one-on-one with Painter. Rambit on the wing to Conrad. Drives the free throw line, kicks it to Gideon for 3. That's off the side of the iron. Offensive rebound. Putback is up and in for Erica Larson. Larson, the 6th player for Burwell to score. 19-15. Longhorns creep closer after Ainsworth had its largest lead of the game at 6. Good. Out to Kinley. Welke on the wing. Here's Adeline Doak into the paint to Painter. Turnaround, gets triple team, gets it to Jaylee. Shot won't go from 12. Rebound down to Larson, and she is reached in and fouled by Jaylee Good. Second foul on Good. She and Doak each with 2. Peterson and Bauer return for Burwell. Out will go Conrad and Simon. Good checks out for Ainsworth as Peyton Sears back into the game. Minute and a half to play in our opening half of basketball and our girls varsity matchup here from McAndrew Gymnasium. Ainsworth hanging on to a 4-point lead over Burwell in a game that has featured 8 lead changes. This one's saved. They get it inside to Gideon. Nice save by Rambet. Bauer into the hands of Peterson. Dump it down low to Larson. She gave an elbow right in the face to Flynn. And Larson gets the shot to go after missing the first one. Willis checking to see if everything's still in place. Painter on the drive, reached in, has it knocked away by Simon. Tracked down by Welke, and then a travel on Peyton Sears as Peterson was right there to block her three-point attempt, so she didn't release it, jumped up, and then came back down. Sixth turnover on Ainsworth as Burwell has trimmed 4 off of the 6-point deficit, now down by just 2 at 19-17, final minute of our first half. Gideon with it in the backcourt, working against Welke. Kinley's done well on defensive end against Gideon. Bounces it through the hands of Peterson, stolen away by Doak, throws it ahead to Painter. Grayson takes it down the lane and gets it to spin in, and she is down as she banged into the mat pretty hard after making that shot, and she is kind of doubled over. Grayson on the bucket, and they will bring in Jaylee Good for Painter. Some hard contact, maybe just got the wind knocked out of her as she went spilling into the protective mat along the baseline. Bulldogs back by 4, but they turn the 10th Burwell turnover into a transition layup for Painter. Nice feed ahead by Welke for the assist. Gideon into the right corner to Peterson. Tries to drive on Sears. Swing it around to Rambit. She is working on Jaylee Good, who's out there with the 2 fouls. 10 seconds left in the half. Larson can't turn the corner, and she slips and falls. That's a travel on the Longhorns, and now Ainsworth will get a chance with 7 seconds left. Back will come Natalie Conrad. She'll replace Larson, who goes to the bench with the 2 fouls. Coach Gurney checking to see if she's okay after she slipped and lost her footing. With 7 seconds left, here comes Jaylee Good. Gets it ahead to Sears. Sears drives inside, puts up a left-handed shot at the horn. It won't go, and that will take us to the half as the Ainsworth Bulldogs outscore Burwell 10-7 in the second. And it is a 21-17 lead for the Bulldogs with our Tri-County Bank halftime show coming up next.
Allen Monuments of Ainsworth offer permanent legacies that memorialize the passing of a loved one. The monument you choose can be customized to reflect the life of your departed one. Serving you with dignity, Allen Monuments on Highway 20, Ainsworth.
Three River Communications strives to better serve their customers of North Central Nebraska with the latest fiber technology, offering up to 1 gig internet speed, high-definition cable TV, and local and long-distance telephone service. Three River Communications, your local service provider.
Maintain and enhance a beautiful lawn with Paulson's Lawn Service of Ainsworth. Jerry and Norma Paulson, mowing, lawn cleanup, power raking, aerating, fertilizing, and spraying. They provide free estimates, references gladly given. Paulson's Lawn Service of Ainsworth.
For prescriptions and all your over-the-counter, feel better favorites, come to the pharmacy you know and trust, Ainsworth Pharmacy on Main Street, because keeping you healthy is their top priority. Make sure to check out their Facebook page for open hours.
Country Fabrics and Crafts of Valentine specializes in baby lock and simplicity sewing machines and sergers. For fabrics, notions, thread, yarn, zippers, trim, and patterns, head to Country Fabrics and Crafts in Valentine.
We welcome you back here on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, on the web, kbrb.net, and those joining us on the Ainsworth Community Schools video stream of this high school varsity matchup. Ainsworth leading Burwell at the break, 21-17. The local teammates chapter being recognized here at Ainsworth Community Schools, a very active local teammates chapter that Ainsworth has had for several years. So the mentors and mentees are being introduced to those here in attendance, and just a great program that the school runs here. Tom Osborne founded the teammates mentoring program, and a very active chapter here in Ainsworth. So those folks, the mentors and the mentees being introduced. We're here at the half, Ainsworth, in a game that had 8 lead changes. Led 11-10 after one quarter and led 21-17 here at the half. Bulldogs led by as many as 6. Burwell's largest lead was 2. Bulldogs up by 4 points. They have all 5 starters in the scoring column. Burwell has 6 players in the scoring column, but no individual player with more than 6 points in the first half, and that was Grayson Painter on basically 3 runouts, 2 buckets that came off steals, and another one on a long rebound. It is our Tri-County Bank halftime show here on KBRB. Well, free Casasa checking accounts are all about growth, so take care of your money with monthly cash rewards just for doing the banking basics. With a Casasa account from the Tri-County Bank, you receive rewards on ATM withdrawal fees. If you meet your monthly qualifications, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Stop by one of the Tri-County Bank branches in Stewart, Atkinson, Bassett, or O'Neill. Visit TriCountyBank.com. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. The Tri-County Bank is member FDIC. We'll take a break here at the half. Ainsworth leading 21-17 over Burwell. We'll come back, go through our first half statistics, and get our keys to the second half.
Frontier Diesel of Ainsworth is your best choice for diesel truck and big rig repairs. Bruce Dannett and crew provide long-lasting repair work that stands up to the demands placed on your heavy-duty equipment. Dependable service, repairs done right. Frontier Diesel of Ainsworth.
TK Angus specialized in long-aged yearling Angus bulls. We also offer bulls for sale at private treaty in the spring. To learn more, check out our website at tkangus.com.
When you need expert electrical service, call on Travis Electric of Ainsworth. Travis Electric provides installation, repair, rewiring, maintenance, and upgrades for residential, commercial, farm, and ranch applications. Timely, reliable, professional, and courteous service, Travis Electric at 402-382-3280.
Here at the half, Ainsworth holding on to a 21-17 lead over Burwell. Other games have reached the half. Westhold at last check leading Valentine 38-18. That's 8-2 Huskies against the 8-1 Badgers. All Huskies at halftime in Valentine. Central Valley with a 32-19 lead over Stewart, or make that over North Central at the half in a game we're having on KBRB FM 92 tonight. And in Myrna, it's Anselmo Myrna leading Stewart 25-9 at the break. Here it's 21-17 Bulldogs with a lead over Burwell. Let's take a look at the scoring. Burwell hit 3 threes in the first half, 1 each for Caitlin Simon, Brooklyn Gideon, and Natalie Conrad. Kind of kept them in it. 2 buckets for Carson Bauer, a bucket for Erica Larson, and Tally Rambat with a basket. So all 5 starters have scored, as well as a 3 off the bench for Natalie Conrad. Carson Bauer leads the team with 4 in the first half. Burwell, 13 rebounds, 4 for Natalie Conrad off the bench, 3 for Erica Larson, 2 for Brooklyn Gideon and Rhea Peterson, 1 each for Caitlin Simon and Carson Bauer. I had Burwell with 3 assisted baskets in the first half, 1 each for Brooklyn Gideon, Rhea Peterson, and Carson Bauer. Longhorns with 11 turnovers in that first half. They're -5 as the Bulldogs turned it over just 6 times. Burwell, 13 rebounds. They're -3 there as the Bulldogs had 16 in the first half. Foul trouble for Burwell, Rhea Peterson, and Erica Larson, each with 2 for Burwell. For the Ainsworth Bulldogs, 6 points for Grayson Painter, 5 for Jaylee Good. She was 1 for 2 at the line. 6 points for Willa Flynn, who was 2 for 2 at the free throw line in the first half. A bucket for Kenley Welke and a bucket for Peyton Sears. Sears went 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Bulldogs 3 for 6 at the line. Burwell did not shoot a free throw in the first half. Ainsworth with 5 rebounds from Jaylee Good, 5 for Grayson Painter, 3 rebounds for Willa Flynn, 2 for Peyton Sears, 1 for Kenley Welke. Grayson Painter with 3 assists in the first half, 2 assists for Kenley Welke, 1 for Jaylee Good. I had Kenley Welke and Grayson Painter each with a block in the first half. Foul situation on Ainsworth, Jaylee Good and Adeline Doak, each with 2. Well, it's time next on KBRB to take a look at our keys to the second half. They're brought to you by Ainsworth Motors. When you're behind the wheel of a new Ford F-150 from Ainsworth Motors, every stare is a nod of respect. Check out the best-selling line of trucks in America at your Best in the West Ford store, Ainsworth Motors. Brand new trucks, pre-owned vehicles as well, both trucks, cars, SUVs, crossovers, They've got the Bronco line that is more and more popular, that all-purpose vehicle. So financing and incentive options always available to qualified buyers. And, of course, Ainsworth Motors, they'll handle the service and repair work as well as they can handle all of your Ford repairs. That's Ainsworth Motors. See why the difference is the dealer. Keys to the second half start with the Burwell Longhorns. Their man-to-man defense has been pretty solid on Ainsworth, and on Grayson Painter, Brooklyn Gideon's done a nice job just taking on Painter in the man-to-man. Typically, most teams either face guard, box and one Painter, or bring help every time she touches the basketball. Gideon just kind of going one-on-one with Grayson. That's a good matchup, so that'll be a key matchup for the second half as can Gideon continue to kind of keep Grayson hemmed in the half court. Grayson's 6 points came on transition buckets, 2 off of turnovers and 1 off a long rebound. So Gideon's man-to-man defense on Painter will be a key to this second half. And for Burwell offensively, got to move the ball a little better. Ainsworth has given them about 3 different defensive looks. Bulldogs started in their traditional 2-3, but they played a little 1-3-1 and then went man-to-man in the second quarter. So if you're Coach McKenna Gurney, got to adjust to that and get a little bit more movement if Ainsworth does play in the man-to-man. For the Ainsworth Bulldogs, they're settling for a lot of long twos, foot on the line twos. So either get that foot back, go ahead and make those 3-pointers, or better yet, try to attack the basket, try to see if you can get the ball inside and either off the dribble or with post-ups, and then again work that screen and roll game. Burwell's defended that pretty well, but for the Bulldogs, they've had a lot of success with the screen and roll. Just want to see that defensively for Ainsworth. Continue to mix it up, kind of keep Burwell on their heels. That's a look at your keys to the second half, brought to you by Ainsworth Motors. And that's our Tri-County Bank halftime show. Second 16 minutes from McAndrew Gymnasium is next.
This is Carrie Hess with Sylvius Insurance Group. Livestock Risk Protection, or LRP, is a federally subsidized insurance product that protects against the decline in price over an insurance period for fed cattle, feeder cattle, swine. To learn more, call me at 402-340-0567.
Get the good stuff at Buckles Automotive, your Napa store on Main Street in Ainsworth. We carry a complete line of passenger car and light truck parts, as well as heavy-duty truck parts for the big rigs used on your farm or ranch. Buckles Automotive in Ainsworth, one call, that's all.
Your Zematic by Lindsay dealer offers replacement parts for any brand of pivot, installation and training, superior service when you need it.
Your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer is Ainsworth Electric Motors, located just 1 mile east of Ainsworth on Highway 20. Call 387-1071.
Ainsworth basketball to start the second quarter. Grayson Painter steps through a double team, but they will call her with a travel. So good defense extended again by Burwell, and it leads to a travel on the Bulldogs as they now go from right to left, from north to south, as we call it here at McAndrew Gymnasium. Burwell in the road blacks with the white numbers and letters and the purple stripes and highlights. They go from left to right, from south to north. Man-to-man defense to start the second half by Ainsworth. They throw it into Rambat, into the corner to Simon. Her shot is blocked by Grayson Painter, and the rebound comes down to Peyton Sears. That's the second block for Painter as she jumps out to block the three. Bulldogs get a stop on the baseline. Flynn kicks it into the corner to Peyton Sears. Backs it out to Flynn, now to Painter, top of the key. Left corner, Jaylee Good steps in, kicks it to Grayson on the left wing, guarded by Gideon. Here comes the screen. Kicks it to Flynn. Her deep three won't go. Jaylee after the rebound. Gets it, but then falls and will get called to the travel as she bumps her head on the floor. So Jaylee will get credit for her 6th rebound, but then the 8th Bulldog turnover. After 3 quarters, low-scoring third in Valentine, but West Holt outscores Valentine 5-2 as a missed shot leads to a rebound for Grayson Painter. Back the other way come the Bulldogs. Ainsworth is yet to hit a 3. Nice cut to the hoop. Jaylee Good can't get the shot to go off the glass. Offensive rebound, Sears. Her putback too strong. Jaylee after it. She misses. And then a foul over the back as the Bulldogs crashing the offensive glass. But then Jaylee Good will get called over the back on a rebound. That's her 3rd foul. So Ainsworth, Good looks inside, but could not get the shot to go. Adeline Doak into the game for Ainsworth. Jaylee comes out. 6:36 to play. A scoreless third quarter thus far. Ainsworth maintains the 4-point lead Gideon guarded in the backcourt by Welke. Kinley has done an excellent job one-on-one, man-to-man against Gideon. Got to get it across. They just do. Bauer to Rambit, hands it back to Bauer, steps through, and she travels with it. Really like this man-to-man defense here from Ainsworth. Have not seen the Bulldogs play much man-to-man this season. It has basically been 2-3 zone. But the man-to-man has bothered Burwell. 21-17, Bulldogs in a low-scoring game leading the Longhorns. Painter with a crossover, nice find down to Sears. Can't get the shot away from 8. Gets it back to Grayson, top of the key. Good recovery for Burwell. Painter working past Gideon, puts up a tough runner. Good defense by Gideon again. Rebound, though, comes down to Adeline Doak. She can't get the put back, and the board cleared by Brooklyn Gideon. Ahead it goes. Bauer underneath, misses the layup. Gets it back, puts up another shot, and scores. Carson Bauer has 6, and it's a 2-point game. 21-19, the Bulldog lead down to 2. Their largest lead has been 6 at 19-13. Painter gets it to Flynn off a screen and roll. Out to Welke. Welke, right wing 3, banks it in for a West Plains Bank triple. Our first 3 of the game for the Bulldogs. Burwell has hit 3. And that's your first West Plains Bank 3 of the game. Kinley Welke banks it home from the right wing. Now losing it is Simon, poked away by Doak, but saved by Gideon as she tracks it down near the A logo. Now a knock away by Sears. And they're going to say off of Bauer. Good play by Peyton Sears to force the turnover. Back into the game comes Natalie Conrad. Out will go Bauer. It is a 5-point Ainsworth lead. 4:52 to play in the third. Largest lead for Ainsworth has been 6. Burwell's largest lead 2. We had 8 lead changes in the first half. Deep 3, Painter. Can't get that one to go. Rebound tipped around. Adeline Doak has it. Adeline, second rebound on the offensive glass in the third. Grayson in the paint. Kicks it out to Sears. Hand off to Grayson. Up top to Welke. Flynn back to Welke. Now Sears on the left wing. Wants to drive on Rambit. Rambit, good baseline shutoff. Gets it to Peyton in there. Gets it to Grayson in the paint. Scoop shot off the glass is good. Got that one past Gideon on the assist from Peyton Sears. And Painter now with 8 to lead the Bulldogs. 26-19, largest lead of the game for Ainsworth at 7. Midway through quarter 3, deep 3 for Peterson off the side of the iron, and the rebound into the drum set of the pep band over in the far corner. Grayson Sisson back into the game for the Bulldogs. Out will go Peyton Sears. We're midway through the third. Bulldogs by 7 as Erica Larson returns for the Longhorns. She'll spell Caitlin Simon. Approach the 7 o'clock hour here on KBRB. We're midway through the third quarter with our boys varsity yet to come. Thursday we have Stewart at Boyd County. Friday doubleheaders. There's a 3 right corner, nearly banked in again for Welke. Offensive rebound down to Adeline Doak. Gets it to Sisson, who nearly banks in a 15-footer. And Rambit down with the board. Here comes Gideon working on Welke through the hands of Natalie Conrad and out of bounds. That's a Longhorn turnover. Conrad just kind of took her eyes off it as she was wanting to catch it and throw it inside. Bulldogs now leading by 7. Bulldogs 11 players on the girls basketball roster. They have 9 cheerleaders in uniform in this one. Here's a runner for Willa Flynn. That won't go again. It's a rebound. Adeline Doak puts it up and scores. Adeline Doak's 4th rebound of the quarter gets her first bucket. And Ainsworth has a 9-point advantage. Gideon stopped by Welke. Good defense again, and there's a push off. They're going to call it on Gideon, and that's just Kinley Welke bothering the senior and forces the foul and the turnover as Gideon just finally stuck the arm out and shoved her down to discard her. That was great defense from Welke. Out goes Adeline Doak, who had an excellent stretch off the bench there for Ainsworth with 4 boards and a bucket. Jaylee Good returns. 28-19. Ainsworth by 9, largest lead of the game for the Bulldogs. Grayson Painter, deep left wing, guarded by Gideon, works left. Gets it to Flynn, shot from the left wing for 3, too strong, but the rebound down to Painter. She banks home a West Plains Bank 3 on the long offensive rebound. Both three-pointers have been banked in for Ainsworth in this third quarter, and the Bulldogs on a 10-2 run here in the third to go up by 12, largest lead of the game. Drive by Peterson into the corner. Three-point shot for Conrad is good. Big answer for Conrad on the assist by Rhea Peterson. Second triple off the bench for Natalie Conrad. She leads the team as well with 4 rebounds. 31-22. Welke, a 3 to answer. Top of the key, that's too strong. They battle for the board. And we have a foul called. Oh, they're going to call it on Ainsworth's Willa Flynn as she and Peterson were battling for the rebound. First foul on Willa. Out will go Rambet, and back into the game comes Carson Bauer. 31-22. Bulldogs have held Brooklyn Gideon to 3 points. Bauer, the leading scorer at 11 per game, has 6. Peterson, deep left wing, gets it to Bauer. High post, turn, jumper off the window, won't go. Rebound loose, there's a scrum, and we've got a foul on Bauer as she knocked over Willa Flynn. So that'll be the first foul on Carson Bauer. Peyton Sears back in for Ainsworth, replacing Grayson Sisson. 31-22, Bulldogs by 9. With the basketball, Westholt led Valentine 43-20 after 3 quarters of play. And now we're going to get a timeout taken by Coach Katie Painter. Again, Sandy Nelson not here this evening as Katie Painter running the show, and she'll take the timeout. We'll take one as well with 105 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 31-22 Bulldogs on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
Get your game on at Palmer Embroidery and Boutique. You can get your Bulldog gear here. Not just for students, we have all fans covered, including parents and grandparents. Bulldog Pride is kind of a really big deal at your locally owned hometown boutique on Main Street in Ainsworth.
This is Dane Sears, Ag Loan Officer with Homestead Bank. The Ag Bankers at Homestead Bank understand the risks and rewards of farming and ranching. We can help you look ahead and plan for a season of success. Stop in or call to visit with one of our experienced bankers today to start your journey. Homestead Bank, member FDIC.
Ainsworth Pep Band playing during the timeout here at home tonight in McAndrew Gymnasium. Off the timeout, Bulldog basketball, 1:45 to play in the third. Ainsworth inbounds to Flynn. Baseline drive, can't save it to Painter as she loses it, and it's stolen away by Bauer. Bulldogs turn it over off the timeout. Gideon ahead to Bauer. Kinley Welke's done a fantastic job defensively on Brooklyn Gideon. There's a runner for Peterson in the left baseline, won't go. Offensive rebound, put back, not there for Larson. And the board down to Jaylee Good, who's back on the floor with her 3 fouls. Ainsworth gets a stop, minute 15 on the third quarter clock. Jaylee into the left corner to Welke, throws it up top. Nice catch by Painter on the baseline. Shot good, and the foul as Gideon will get called for the reach in. Grayson puts it down. She has 7 in this quarter, 13 for the game, and gets an and 1. Second foul on Brooklyn Gideon. Free throw is good for Grayson Painter. Bulldogs 4 for 7 at the line. Burwell has yet to attempt a free throw. 34-22. Ainsworth matches its largest lead at 12. Bauer into the right corner. Here's a 3 for Conrad, too strong. Sears down with the weak side rebound, her 5th. And in a 12-point game, Ainsworth the basketball. Jaylee Good along 2, left wing won't go. Weak side rebound fought for as Flynn hits the deck along with Conrad. And it's a tie-up. Possession arrow to the Longhorns. About a 10-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Bulldogs by 12. Gideon against Kinley Welke. I tell you what, Kinley has done an excellent job in this man-to-man defense, working primarily on Gideon. Nice pass from Gideon up and over underneath to Erica Larson. She gets the finish. Gideon on her second assist as they were fronting Gideon. The other way, Flynn gets the shot to go. on the assist from Painter, and Willa is fouled. That's 8 points for Flynn. She's got the and one opportunity. The foul, the second on Carson Bauer. Bulldogs back up by 12 as back in is Adeline Doak. Out goes Jaylee Good, protecting her with the 3 fouls. Flynn a chance for the and one, and she's good on the free throw. 9 points tonight for Willa Flynn. Here's Giddy in the backcourt, hounded by Kenley Welke. Brings it across the timeline with 18, dumps it down underneath, but it's picked off by Flynn. Jaylee on the interception. The other way comes Painter, loses it. Out to Welke, 3 is short. And the rebound out of bounds to the Longhorns with 6.5 seconds to play. Bulldogs lead by 13 now. They led by 4 at the half. They put up a 16-point quarter. Outscored the Longhorns 16-7. Here comes Gideon with 3, with 2. Gets it ahead to Peterson. 3 to beat the buzzer. Banks it home. Rhea Peterson's first points of the game on the assist from Gideon. A banked in 3 to keep it a 10-point game with 8 minutes to play. That's your Tri-County Bank scoreboard. 37-27 Bulldogs. We're back with the last 8 minutes after this.
Get your smile on. At Ainsworth Family Dental, Dr. Mackenzie Owen and dental hygienist Lene Hansmeyer, along with their friendly staff, always strive for one common goal, to help their patients achieve and maintain a beautiful, healthy smile.
Locally owned and operated since 1953, Nelson Furniture, Main Street in Valentine, where more than the price is right. You'll find a great selection, personal service, and all the elements that make your house a home. Delivery available and financing available to qualified buyers at Nelson Furniture, Valentine. Todd Flynn Law Office, PC LLO in Ainsworth, 382-3420. When you need legal assistance, whether for personal, business, or farm and ranch concerns, call Todd Flynn Law Office, PC LLO at 402-382-3420 in Ainsworth.
Fourth quarter still to go here in our girls varsity matchup. Ainsworth with a 10-point lead, 37-27, outscored Burwell 16-10 in that quarter. The 3 beating the buzzer for Rhea Peterson. Cut the deficit from 13 down to 10. After 3 quarters in Bassett tonight, Central Valley with a 48-35 lead over North Central. After 3 quarters in Valentine, West Holt girls on top of the Badgers, 43-20. Here is a give and go from Flynn to Grayson. She misses the 15-footer. Offensive rebound, though, down to Peyton Sears. Welke throws it over the top to Adeline Doak. Got too far underneath the hoop and hit the bottom of the rim. It was a great find for Doak, but she just got up too far underneath the basket. 3-point shot the other way for Peterson won't go. And the long rebound out to Kenley Welke. Ainsworth with a 10-point lead in the basketball. They throw it inside for Flynn. She tips it to herself, but can't quite come up with it. That will be the 10th Bulldog turnover. Jaylee Good in, replacing Peyton Sears. So it is Welke, Painter, Flynn, Good, the 4 juniors, and freshman Adeline Doak. Bulldogs have played 7 with Doak and freshman Grayson Sisson, the 2 off the bench. Out to Gideon for 3, top of the key, hangs on the rim twice, won't fall. Rebound to Willa Flynn. And then that pass knocked out of bounds by Caitlin Simon. It will stay with Ainsworth. Bulldogs maintain the 10-point advantage. Minute into our 4th quarter. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Boys varsity still to follow between the Longhorns and the Bulldogs. Painter tries to turn the corner, gets it to Flynn, takes the 3 right wing, back rim. They fight for the board on the weak side, and Jaylee Good's able to tip it to Painter. Her shot is up and good. Grayson Painter will get credit for the rebound, but credit Jaylee Good as she was in there battling with 2 Longhorns, kept the ball from being squeezed, got it tipped around till Grayson grabbed it and scored. Painter now has 10 of her 16 in the second half. Bauer can't get the scoop shot to go. Down the right side of the lane, and the rebound, the 5th for Adeline Doak, who's given the Bulldogs good minutes off the bench. This pass for Welke, knocked away, and we're going to have a pushing foul, I think, going against Ainsworth. That'll go on Welke. Turnover number 11 on the Bulldogs. It will be Burwell basketball down 12 with 6:14 to play. Burwell 3-6 on the year. Ainsworth at 2-9. Simon to inbound. Gets it into Gideon. And right there to meet her is Kenley Welke. Welke's had a fantastic defensive game against Gideon. Bauer with the screen and roll to Rambat. Her shot blocked by Grayson Painter, who comes down with the board. Grayson the other way, fakes the inside pass, gets it to Welke. Shot right wing, Kinley. Back rim, the board. Jaylee Good after another one. It'll be last touched by Peterson. Good job again battling on the boards. Jaylee Good. Grayson Sisson back in. She'll replace Welke. 5:51 to play. Bulldogs by a dozen. Here's a three for Painter. Rounding out. Rebound, though, down to Adeline Doak. Painter crosses over. Step back jumper. Mid-range is good. Grayson pouring it on here in the second half. 12 of her 18. 41-27. Adeline Doak's given the Bulldogs some excellent minutes off the bench. 6 boards and a bucket all in this second half. Inside to Rambat working against Painter. Good defense by Grayson. Forces the miss and her 10th board. 41-27. Boy, what a win for Westhold against an 8-1 Valentine team. 62-31. That is a big victory for the Huskies. Doak on the baseline, puts up the runner. She's fouled, will go to the line. Nice take to the hoop by Adeline Doak. The foul will go on Caitlin Simon, so 2 free throws now for Doak. Burwell is yet to attempt a free throw. This will be free throws 9 and 10 for the Bulldogs. Adeline first is up, back rim. It's a 14-point lead for the Bulldogs. Out will go Simon and Rambat for Burwell. Back in come Larson and Conrad. Second free throw won't go, but the rebound tipped into the hands of Willa Flynn. She puts it in. That was Grayson Painter that got the tip. And Flynn puts it back and scores. Willa into double figures with 11. Jumper taken and missed by Burwell. And then we've got a tie-up between Gideon and Painter on the rebound. Can't see the possession arrow, as it looks like it will stay with Burwell. Coach Gurney wanted to travel on Painter instead of the tie-up. Peterson will trigger it in front of the fans from the Sandhills Care Center who make trips to a lot of these Bulldog games. And Peterson's pass is wide of Bauer and out of bounds. Turnover number 17 for the Longhorns. Ainsworth gets it back, has its largest lead of the game at 43-27. Bulldogs looking for win number 3 before a road trip to St. Mary's on Friday. St. Mary's girls have struggled a bit this year. Boys are one of the most formidable teams. They're the defending D2 champions. Grayson Painter working, backs it out now on Gideon. Gideon's done a nice job defensively on Grayson. Good crossover, can't get the shot away. Sisson back to Painter, still 13 on the shot clock, and a timeout again taken for Coach Katie Painter. We'll take one too with 4 minutes, 21 seconds remaining. The Bulldogs leading by 16 on your Tri-County Bank scoreboard, 43-27.
A plumber who shows up in a flash? Call on Lytle Plumbing. From annoying drips to new construction, septic tank install to emergency calls. You just want someone experienced, reliable, and honest. John Davis and his crew show up. Call 402-760-0450.
Jones Salvage of Ainsworth, proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics, has new steel and windbreak steel available, tractors and vehicles, and pays competitive prices for scrap iron, vehicles, and farm machinery. Call Tom at 402-382-8004 or Willie at 402-382-8784. Grain movement and marketing. For independent grain marketing, contact Pride Grain, located on Highway 20 between Long Pine and Bassett. They have a variety of marketing tools available to meet your individual marketing plan. Visit with Brad Wilkins at Pride Grain. They're proud to be a supporter of local athletics.
That's a big win for the West Holt girls on the road against an 8-1 Valentine team. West Holt gets the win tonight, 62-31, doubling up the Badgers. They outscored Valentine 19-11 in the fourth quarter to win by 31. That's a huge win for Coach Randy Bilstein's squad against a very good Valentine team. So the Huskies now 9-2 on the season. We'll have West Holt Friday in a home matchup against Summerlin before a road trip to an excellent Elkhorn Valley team. Off the timeout, down to 2 to shoot. Grayson doesn't realize it, and that'll be a shot clock violation as the Bulldogs, Grayson puts her hand in her mouth and goes, whoops, forgot the shot clock was running down as she caught it on the baseline with 2 seconds left and kicked it back out to Welke, so that's the 12th turnover for Ainsworth. They took that timeout with only about 13 on the shot clock remaining. Burwell gets it back, but the Longhorns down 16 with just 4 minutes remaining. Probably should have been a kickball on Welke. Wow, Conrad and Larson went head-to-head after the loose ball. Larson's forehead hit Conrad right in the temple. They both look like they're okay after the friendly fire, and the ball turned over to Ainsworth. Welke takes a long 2. That one off the front iron, but the rebound tracked down to Grayson Painter. Grayson drives, gets shut off by Gideon. She's played well defensively. Baseline jumper for Welke is short. Grayson down with another board, poked away from her and into the hands of Bauer. 3.5 to play. Welke hounding Gideon. What defense by Kinley Welke in this one. Really impressed as the Bulldogs have played man-to-man since the second quarter, maybe for the first time all year, and Kinley Welke has been great on the defensive end. Bank shot won't go for Larson. Offensive rebound. Conrad put back not there, but she will draw the foul and go to the line. Natalie Conrad's given Burwell some nice minutes off the bench, and that may be the 4th foul on Jaylee Good. It is with 3:12 to go and 2 free throws for Natalie Conrad. Conrad, the sophomore, 6 points, 5 boards off the bench. Played a nice game. Free throw is up and in. She leads Burwell in scoring tonight. Bulldogs bring subs in as Doak and Beal will come into the game. Beal for the first time. That's Lily, sophomore. Out will go Grayson Sisson and Willa Flynn. So Lily Beal out there becomes the 8th Bulldog to see the floor. Ainsworth up 15. Second free throw for Natalie Conrad of the Longhorns. This one is up, and that one's too strong, but she runs down her own miss. Gets it out, and a timeout taken by Coach McKenna Gurney of the Longhorns. So Burwell takes its first 2 free throws of the game, gets the offensive rebound off the missed second free throw, and down by 15. Longhorns with the ball timeout. 3:07 to go on our Tri-County Bank scoreboard. Bulldogs lead 43-28.
Stop in and see Mike Schrod, your State Farm insurance agent on Main Street in Ainsworth for all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs. That's State Farm Insurance on Main Street in Ainsworth. Good service at a good price. See Mike Schrod, your State Farm insurance agent in Ainsworth.
Before you head out to your next destination, fuel up at Yogi's Place, Highway 20 in Ainsworth. And while in, make sure to fuel your body up with select sandwiches, snacks, candies, and beverages. They also have gift cards, too. Yogi's Place, Highway 20 in Ainsworth, is open Monday through Saturday.
Go ahead and improve with Tim's Construction of Ainsworth. Additions, kitchens, bathrooms, roofing, drywall, window replacement, siding, even custom-built homes start to finish. Call Tim's Construction of Ainsworth for a free, no-obligation quote at 402-760-0162.
Welcome you back on KBRB. A couple of finals in girls varsity. West Holt girls defeat Valentine 62-31. And it was Anselmo Myrna knocking off Stewart 51-25. Here with 3:07 to go, Ainsworth with a 15-point lead over Burwell. It's Longhorn basketball. Get it in on an outlet to Gideon. She's going to dump it over the top. It's knocked away and stolen by Adeline Doak. Doak comes up with the steal as they tried to throw it over the top of her, and Adeline was able to leap up and get a piece of it. Painter screen and roll to Jaylee Good, knocked away from Jaylee, and then we've got a hold call, and if that's on Jaylee, it's her 5th. Or is it? It is on Jaylee. So Jaylee Good will foul out of the ball game with 2:49 to go. After they tried to go to her on a screen and roll, it was over her head, and she went to try to tie it up and gets called for the reach-in foul. So Jaylee fouls out with 5 points, 8 rebounds, and an assist. Kenley Welke guarding Gideon. Just on her like glue all game in the man-to-man. Really impressed there. As a deep three taken by Peterson and missed. Rebound saved to Bauer, and she'll draw the foul on Grayson Painter. Nice save by Larson to get Bauer to the free throw line. Foul on Grayson is her first. 2:32 to go in the game. Ainsworth by 15 here at home. Free throw is up and good. This would be the first win at home for the Bulldogs. They picked up a road win at Gordon on the opening weekend and then won the consolation game over Wakefield in the Summerland Holiday Tournament. This would be their first win in the home gym. Second free throw, that's front rim. A rebound knocked out of bounds by the Longhorns. It will, no, they're going to say off Painter. So another possession here for Burwell with 2.5 to go, down by 14. They get it into Larson. This one knocked away by Lily Beal as they try to get it out to Simon. Stays Burwell basketball. Shot clock did reset off the missed free throw. They get it to a back cut to Gideon, but excellent defense by Welke. Forces a miss, and Adeline Doak down with her 7th rebound. Here comes Painter. Grayson swings it out to Welke. Welke turns the corner, poked away from behind by Bauer, and it's into the hands of Peterson. 15th Ainsworth turnover. We approach the 2-minute mark. Boy, Welke just all over Gideon. Gideon loses the dribble, needs help, gets it to Larson. Top of the key guarded by Doak. Gideon takes a deep three and hits. Gideon on the assist from Larson, just her first bucket of the second half as she hits her second three of the game. 6 points for Brooklyn Gideon. Here's a drive by Painter. Pull up 17-footer for Grayson off the side of the iron. Bauer can't save the long rebound, so it'll stay with the Bulldogs. A fresh 35. Up by 11 now with 1:37 to go. In for the first time comes Tinley Butchell, another of the Bulldog freshmen. She'll replace Adeline Doak. What a nice game for Adeline Doak off the bench in this second half. Got 1 bucket on a putback, 7 rebounds for Doak. Painter on the right wing. Shot clock still at 28. High post to Butchell. Back to Grayson. Trying to go post again to Butchell, but it's stolen away by Larson. Gideon flips it ahead to Bauer. She'll take the 18-footer, too strong. Rebound down to Kenley Welke. Painter fires it ahead to Butchell. She gets it stolen by Bauer. A minute to play. Ahead to Lainey Pelster in for the first time, freshman. Out to a three for Bauer, no. Gideon the offensive rebound. Put back is good. 43-34. It's a 9-point Ainsworth lead. Final minute. About a 16-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Painter on the wing working against Larson on a switch. Needs some help. And it's off to Welke, who has it poked away by Bauer and stolen. Burwell still firing away as they go inside to Larson. She can't get the shot to go, and the rebound down to Tinley Butchell. Butchell the other way with 20 seconds left. Has it poked away by Bauer. And then we have a foul called with 16 seconds. It'll go against Ainsworth. That'll go on Butchell. That's the 15th foul, so it should be free throws here for the Longhorns with 16 seconds remaining. So, yes, it will be free throws for Burwell. And it'll be Carson Bauer to the line. Bauer 7 points in this one. Averages a team best 11. Boys teams both waiting in the entries for this ball game to finish. We'll have our boys varsity next. Free throw for Bauer. First one, too strong. Bulldogs look like they'll go to 3-9, drop the Longhorns to 3-7. 6th of January, and this is already the 12th game for the Bulldogs this year, as the second one for Bauer is good. Bulldogs get it in and can run out the clock here if they choose, up by 8. Burwell's cut into this once 16-point Bulldog lead here in the fourth. Here's Buchel, and her pass stolen away by Gideon, but knocked away by Grayson Painter. Saved by Gideon, and the Longhorns won't get a shot before the buzzer. The Ainsworth Bulldogs pick up the home victory. First win of the year at home for Ainsworth as they top Burwell 43-35 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
No overpriced lawn services, no headache. Call on Stack Lawn Care in Ainsworth. Grant Stack offers underground sprinkler systems, landscaping services, mowing, dethatching, seasonal cleanup, and more. Call or text 402-760-1808.
Palmer Law Group, LLC, attorney at law in Ainsworth. They focus on you, the client, with complete legal services and with reasonable fees. Rob Palmer of Palmer Law Group, LLC, 121 East 2nd Street, a member of the KBRB Sportscasters Club.
Book a stay at Ainsworth's award-winning Roadway Inn, offering a wide range of amenities and perks, including a delicious breakfast to get your day started off on the right foot, pool, cozy, clean rooms, and so much more. Book online or call 402-387-1050.
Local news personalized with pictures. The Ainsworth Star-Journal, serving the community for more than 140 years. To subscribe or for assistance in promoting your business, contact the Ainsworth Star-Journal at 387-2844.
Join those who have not only found relief from pain, but a pathway to wellness with Finish Line Chiropractic. They're proud to offer soft leg tissue regeneration at the O'Neill office and in Bassett at the Rock County Hospital on Tuesdays. For appointments, go to finishlinehealth.com.
Buckley Steel of Ainsworth, Grain System Construction, Millwright Services, dryer repair and support, crane and bucket truck services, and design planning. Consulting from the respected leader in the ag industry, Buckley Steel, 387-0347.
Rural health care from Rural Roots. Better health care for your family from clinical, obstetrical, emergency room to home care. Greater Sand Hills Family Health Care with convenient locations in Bassett, Stewart, and Atkinson.
Ainsworth Auto Parts is now Auto Value, located along Richardson Drive, right along East City Park. They offer oil, fluids, wax and paint, accessories, tools and shop supplies, as well as ag and heavy-duty parts. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts. Ainsworth Auto Parts, your Auto Value parts store.
Welcome you back on KBRB to McAndrew Gymnasium. One game in the books as the Ainsworth Bulldogs pick up their third victory of the season. 43-35 over the Burwell Longhorns. Bulldogs improved to 3-9, dropped the Longhorns to 3-7. This was a tight one early. We had 8 first-half lead changes before the Ainsworth Bulldogs led 11-10 after one, and then 21-17 at the half. Ainsworth had a good third quarter, got up by as many as 13. Burwell hit a 3 to beat the buzzer to close it within 10. 16-10, Ainsworth outscored Burwell. Dogs led it 37-27. Bulldogs pushed the lead to as many as 16 in the fourth before Burwell closed on a bit of a spurt. Ainsworth had the first 6 points of the fourth quarter to go up 43-27. Then Burwell in the final couple minutes scored the final 8 points to make it an 8-point game. 43-35 is your final. It is our Tri-County Bank into the game summary. Running an ag business is hard work, so at the Tri-County Bank, they're here to lend you a hand with local financing customized to your needs. Your operation can continue to thrive. Work with a team of ag lenders who have deep roots in their communities, because at the Tri-County Bank, it's not just your lenders, they are your neighbors. Stop by one of their branches in Stewart, Atkinson, Bassett, or O'Neill. Visit TriCountyBank.com. The Tri-County Bank is member FDIC. Well, as we take a look at our final stats, boy, the one big stat that jumps out at you in this game is on the glass. Ainsworth out-rebounded Burwell 43-22, and that included a 27-9 advantage in the second half. The Bulldogs dominated the glass in the second half especially. Adeline Doak, all 7 of her rebounds after halftime. Painter, 7 of her 12 rebounds after halftime. And Burwell had a total of 9 rebounds in that second half. So that was one of your big factors in the win for Ainsworth, was the advantage on the glass. Turnovers were pretty even after the Bulldogs gave it away a few times late with some subs into the game. 19 turnovers for Burwell, 18 for Ainsworth, 19 for Ainsworth as well. Both teams with 19 turnovers. Ainsworth 5 for 10 at the free throw line. Burwell 3 for 6. Scoring-wise for the Longhorns, nobody in double figures. Brooklyn Gideon with 8, 5 of those coming late in the game on a 3 and a 2 in the fourth quarter. 8 points for Carson Bauer, 2 for 4 at the free throw line. 7 off the bench and a good game for Natalie Conrad. She led the team in rebounds as well. She hit a 3 in each half and went 1 for 2 at the free throw line. 4 points for Erica Larson off the bench, a 3 for Caitlin Simon, a 3 for Rhea Peterson, and a bucket for Tally Rambat, as all 7 players for the most part who played significant minutes scored for Burwell. Rebounding-wise, Natalie Conrad with 6. Erica Larson had 5 boards, 4 for Brooklyn Gideon, 3 for Rhea Peterson, 2 for Carson Bauer, 1 each for Caitlin Simon and Tally Rambat. Had Brooklyn Gideon with 3 assists, 2 for Rhea Peterson, 1 for Carson Bauer, 1 for Erica Larson. For the Ainsworth Bulldogs, another double-double for junior Grayson Painter. She finishes with 18, 12 of those in the second half, added a dozen rebounds and led the Bulldogs with 4 assists and 3 blocks. Another just solid game stat-wise for Grayson Painter, but she had to work offensively. Brooklyn Gideon did a nice job on Grayson defensively in the man-to-man. 11 points for Willa Flynn in a good game tonight. Willa 3 for 3 at the free throw line. 5 points for Kinley Welke, including 1 of just 2 made threes for Ainsworth. It was 5 points for Jaylee Good, all in the first half, 1 for 2 at the line. A bucket for Peyton Sears and a bucket for Adeline Doak. Rebounding-wise, Grayson Painter had a dozen to lead Ainsworth, 8 for Jaylee Good, 7 for Adeline Doak, 6 rebounds for both Willa Flynn and Peyton Sears, 3 boards for Kinley Welke, and had a rebound for Tinley Buchel. 4 assists for Grayson Painter, 2 each for Peyton Sears and Kinley Welke, and 1 for Jaylee Good. Had Grayson Painter with 3 blocks and 1 block for Kinley Welke. That's a look at your final statistics in this 43-35 Ainsworth victory over Burwell. Central Valley a 10-0 run to close the game and defeat North Central 64-46 after the Knights had cut it to 8 midway through the fourth. It was Westhold, a dominating win over an 8-1 Valentine team on the road, and girls play tonight 62-31. Huskies go to 9-2. And it was Anselmo Myrna at home defeating the Stewart Broncos 51-25. Well, we need to award our First Class Auto performances of the game for our girls matchup. When it comes to vehicle sales and service, you can score more with a trip to First Class Auto on Main Street in Ainsworth. Their repair shop will service all makes, and their mechanics can fix about anything they can get to fit inside the shop doors. And if you're looking to upgrade your vehicle, check out a fantastic selection on the Main Street lot right now. Drove by some great previously owned pickups on the lot to take a look at, some SUVs. And if you're looking for new, they can do that as well at First Class Auto and Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram products. Why travel any other way when you can upgrade and save when you go First Class? Performances of the game will start with Burwell, who falls to 3-7 on the year. One will go off the bench to Natalie Conrad. Conrad, a nice game off the bench. She had 7 points, including 2 made threes, and led the Longhorns with 6 rebounds. The other one will go to Brooklyn Gideon for some stellar defense on Grayson Painter in the man-to-man. Grayson still finished with 18 points, but not a lot of those came in the half-court man-to-man as Brooklyn Gideon did an excellent job defensively. Grayson got loose in transition several times, and then on a few possessions when Gideon was not guarding her, but Brooklyn did a nice job on Grayson, about as well as we've seen anyone play Grayson in pure man-to-man this year. And Gideon finished with 8 points, 4 rebounds, and a team-best 3 assists. Those are your performers of the game for the Longhorns. For Ainsworth, they, of course, get a good game out of Painter again, as they do it game in and game out with 18 and 12. We're going to go a little different direction for our performers of the game for Ainsworth tonight. Thought Kinley Welke and Adeline Doak both played excellent basketball games for Ainsworth in this one. Welke was stellar defensively, guarding Gideon when the Bulldogs switched man-to-man in the second quarter. That's something you may see more out of now out of the Bulldogs. And Kenley Welke was really good against Gideon in that man-to-man. Finished with 5 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, and a block, and played great defense, did Kenley Welke. So we're going to give one to her. And the other one, Adeline Doak off the bench. Some excellent minutes for Ainsworth tonight. Doak finished with 2 points, 7 rebounds. All of those rebounds coming after halftime. So we will go with Kenley Welke and Adeline Doak, your performances of the game for Ainsworth. Good games, as always, for Grayson Painter. Willa Flynn had a nice ball game as well, 11 points, 6 boards. So did Jaylee Good, 5 points, 8 rebounds before fouling out with 2:49 to go. But thought really Kenley Welke and Adeline Doak played nice ball games for the Ainsworth Bulldogs this evening. So those will be your performers of the game for the Bulldogs. They're brought to you by First Class Auto. We will take a break, grab some starters for the boys' side, and get you ready for more as our boys' varsity matchup on the way between the Longhorns and the Bulldogs. Your final score in our girls' varsity game, it was the Ainsworth Bulldogs defeating the Burwell Longhorns 43-35. Back with our boys' pregame show after these messages on KBRB.
Healthy cattle are the foundation of a healthy food supply. Consistent growth has allowed Bijan Feedlot to build trust with their customers, providing them with the ease of knowing their cattle are in great hands. Let Bijan Feedlot of Ainsworth guide you in your cattle feeding and agricultural endeavors.
Ainsworth Vision Clinic. Dr. Kathy Heinrich serves this area with complete professional eye care. Vision care is available now from 8 a.m. to noon and 1 to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday with Dr. Kathy Heinrich at Ainsworth Vision Clinic. Call 402-387-1531 for an appointment.
Farm Bureau Financial Services of Ainsworth offers you auto, home, and life insurance, annuities, and IRAs. Contact Angie Davis with Farm Bureau Financial Services located on Main Street in Ainsworth.
VR Wireless is your one-stop shopping destination for all of your communication needs. Whether you're looking for cell phone, accessories, home internet service, or home phone service, Vero has you covered with the lowest rates and the best coverage in the industry. Stop on down at our store at the corner of Highway 20 in Main and Ainsworth. Vero Wireless, we are where you are.
Quality care for quality cattle. At RK Cattle Company of Long Pine, they have the facilities and equipment to meet the ever-changing needs of the cattle feeding industry. Call Ryan Ortner to learn more at RK Cattle Company, phone 402-273-4424.
At Grow Vantage, we know high performance when we see it. It's not just agronomics and hybrids to us. It's making every farm and every farmer more successful. For your Pioneer hybrid seed, water management services, and crop consultation, go with Grow Vantage, just east of Ainsworth.
Quality Construction, Posel Construction of Long Pine, a family-owned business specializing in all forms of general contracting. They're your local dealer for Pella Windows. Matt and Jess Posel, call 402-273-2929. If you have a demand for concrete, call on Ainsworth Ready Mix to get your project started. Residential, commercial, or industrial concrete jobs, they're committed to providing quality product at an affordable price at Ainsworth Ready Mix. Proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics.
Experience, reputation, and results. This is Laura Lee Frank at Bruner Frank Shoemaker, LLC. We pride ourselves on personal attention and solid results for your legal needs. We have law offices in both Kearney and Ainsworth for your convenience. Give us a call today.
Big G Oil. Dave Garrison offers mobile oil change services anytime, anywhere. Tractors, semis, irrigation engines, RVs. No mess, convenient, and hassle-free. Call 402-760-0151 and let the oil change come to you.
Hello, I'm Kirk Peterson, an investment advisor representative with Peterson Asset Protection Group. I can help you get your finances in order by taking a look at the big picture. I'll consider your estate, retirement investment, and tax strategies. Let Peterson Asset Protection Group help you put your financial house in order.
Yeah, big thanks to KP. Kirk Peterson, Asset Protection Group, 2nd Street in Ainsworth, bringing you the broadcast on KBRB, and to all of our Bulldog sportscasters, a very big thank you as we follow Ainsworth throughout the fall and winter seasons. Well, we get you set up for our boys varsity matchup. It is the 1-8 Longhorns and the 2-9 Ainsworth Bulldogs. Both teams coming off wins, as Burwell got its first win of the season on Saturday, defeating Elba 52-25. That was a season high in points for this Longhorn team. And for the Ainsworth Bulldogs, they've won 2 straight, winning over Windside in the consolation game of the Summerland Holiday Tournament. And then in a thrilling comeback after being down 21 points in the second quarter here at home to Mullen Friday, the Bulldogs rallied to pick up the win 51-49. So Ainsworth 2 wins in a row. They are back to a full roster for just the second time this season. That Mullen game was the first time the Bulldogs had all of their players available after had some injuries in the preseason to a couple of their starters and some illness that went through the team during the holiday tournament time. So this Ainsworth team now with a full complement of players, and that's helped lead to 2 straight victories for the Bulldogs. Ainsworth winning over Mullen on Friday, 51-49 after being down by 21 in the second quarter. Bulldogs led by Witten Painter back 3 games. He's averaging 15 points per ball game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Chris Fernandez, fellow senior, averaging 10.5 points, 3 boards, and a team best 3.2 assists per game. Then they're getting 8 points a game out of Zane Evans. He's really been coming on offensively. Jackson Rucker back just 5 games. He's averaging 6 points and a team best 8.2 rebounds per ball game. And from there, they're getting about 4.5 points a game out of both Jacob Ortner and Bear Ray. For the Burwell Longhorns, this Bulldog team averages 39 points per game. Burwell averaging 26 on the season. Again, they're coming off a season-high 52 Saturday in a win over Elba. The Longhorns are led by Binyam Sykes, who's averaging a little better than 8 points per ball game to go along with 7 boards. Ace Plugi with 7 rebounds and about 6.5 points per game. They're your 2 leaders offensively for Burwell. Then you have Court Hicks, just a freshman, averaging 5 points per ball game for this Longhorn team coached by Adam Stolzer. The Bulldogs coming in with a little momentum, 2-9. They've won 2 in a row. They have the Longhorns here at home before a road trip Friday to St. Mary's to take on the defending D2 state champion Cardinals, who are back and reloaded. I think they've lost just 1 game, and that came to a Class C2 Norfolk Catholic. So St. Mary's will be the real deal Friday on the road, but the Bulldogs a chance to continue some of this momentum they've started to build here at the midway point of the season, searching for their 3rd straight victory. They'll try to do it against the Burwell Longhorns. We'll introduce you to the starting lineups for both teams when we come back.
Whether high school, college, or the pros, the game is always on at the 402 Bar on Main Street in Ainsworth. Check out the game in the high-definition 86-inch screens. Not a bad seat in the house. At the 402 Bar, Main Street in Ainsworth.
For all of your livestock or grain hauling needs, call on Thad Jones Trucking of Ainsworth. Well-maintained trucks and trailers, skilled, reliable, and experienced drivers. Thad Jones Trucking. Phone 402-760-1964.
Red and White Market is your local community connection for high-quality food, friendly service, and great prices. Make sure to grab a delicious piping hot lunch. The deli starts serving at 11:30 weekdays. You can have it to stay or to go from Red and White Market on Highway 20 in Ainsworth.
Tires you deserve from people you can trust. At Brown County Tire, their sales and service team go above and beyond to help you with your tire needs. For complete tire service and oil changes, call on Brown County Tire in Ainsworth. Phone 402-387-0203.
Go Bulldogs! A Bulldog debit card from Union Bank and Trust is the perfect way to show off your Bulldog pride wherever you use your card, at home or away. Stop by our Ainsworth branch today for complete details. Member FDIC.
Depend on the pros. When it comes to customer satisfaction and fair prices on electrical, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning work, call on Pro Electric and HVAC of Ainsworth. Trent Kinney at 382-5535.
Welcome you back here on KBRB. First boys score update tonight from Valentine. How about the Badgers? They are excellent this year, big in the front court. Got some scores and a solid play in the back court. They lead Westhold after 1 quarter, 24-2. Valentine off to a great start, and they have a 22-point lead over the Westhold Huskies after 1 quarter. Well, let's get you introduced to our starting lineups for this boys varsity matchup here tonight from McAndrew Gymnasium. Lineups brought to you by Three River, your area telecommunications and technology leader. And we'll start with the visiting Burwell Longhorns, 1-8 on the season, coached by Adam Stolzer, assisted by Emily Plock. This Burwell team did not field a varsity last year, just had a few players to play a little bit of a JV schedule, but good to see the Longhorns with decent numbers back out this year. 4 freshmen on the roster, 4 seniors on the roster, a couple of juniors and a couple of sophomores. So nice to see Burwell fill up a boys basketball team again this year after they had to forfeit their varsity season a year ago. The Longhorns will start number 3, Teague Stout, a 5'10 sophomore. Number 4, Binyam Sykes, a 6'1 senior, the leading scorer for this Burwell team. Number 5, Hayes Plugi, a 6'4 senior. He's the leading rebounder for the Longhorns. Number 10, J.J. Maynard, a 5'10 freshman. And number 21, Court Hicks, a 6-foot freshman, your starters for the Burwell Longhorns. Lineups brought to you by Three River. If you need a reliable internet connection, look no further than Three River Communications. Three River's dependable fiber internet service keeps your streaming, gaming, and video meetings running smoothly and stress-free. Three River also offers telephone service and plenty of great cable television options. Don't settle for the ordinary when you can enjoy the extraordinary. Visit threeriver.net. Give them a call, 866-569-2666. Three River supporting high school sports on KBRB. Now the starting lineup for the 2-9 Ainsworth Bulldogs, coached by Jake Nelson, assisted by Clint Painter and Mandy Evans. The Bulldogs will start number 1, Chris Fernandez, a 5'10 senior, averaging 10.5 points per ball game. Number 3, Zane Evans, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 7 a game. Number 15, Jacob Ortner, a 6'2 sophomore, averaging about 5 points per ball game. Number 21, Jackson Rucker, a 6'2 sophomore, averaging 6 points and a team best 8 rebounds per game. And Witten Painter, 5'10 senior, averaging a team best 15 points per ball game. Those are your starting lineups for the Burwell Longhorns and the Ainsworth Bulldogs as we get you set for this varsity boys meeting. The Burwell Longhorns and the Ainsworth Bulldogs. Lineups have been brought to you by Three River, your area telecommunications and technology leader. When we come back, it'll be the tip, Ainsworth and Burwell. That's next on KBRB.
Nebraska Beef, it's what's for dinner. Miles Feedlot, Mark and Haley Miles are proud to support Ainsworth Community School students moving forward in academics, athletics, fine arts, and organization. Go Bulldogs!
The Mundhank Agency of Ainsworth has provided quality insurance protection to area individuals, families, and businesses for more than 60 years. For quality coverage and fair rates, visit your trusted choice agent of the Sandhills, the Mundhank Agency of Ainsworth. Dr. Cherie Stephen with Sandhills Animal Health Care Center of Ainsworth. For all your animal health care, large to small animals and family pets, Dr. Cherie Stephen with Sandhills Animal Health Care Center, located 1 mile east and 1/2 mile south of Ainsworth.
Developmental concerns? Planning Region Team 17 provides early intervention services at no cost to eligible families in Brown, Rock, Chippewa, and Cherry Counties to support early learning and skill development for babies and young children. Contact your local school district to learn more.
I am April Good, Associate Broker with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, specializing in farm, ranch, and recreational sales as well as residential property. With my office in Ainsworth, I'm here to help sellers and buyers like you make the most of your move.
We welcome you back on KBRB as they're introducing the Bulldogs to the fans in attendance, as Ainsworth will be in its home white uniforms with the red numbers and letters and the black and red stripe. Burwell will be in their road purple uniforms with the white numbers and letters. Bulldogs will go from left to right in this first half, from south to north, as we call it here, from our perch at McAndrew Gymnasium. And the Longhorns will go from right to left, from north to south. It'll be Hayes Plugi and Jacob Ortner jumping center as we are ready to go. Ainsworth looking for its 3rd straight victory, and back to a full roster for Coach Jake Nelson's squad. We're ready to go. Get the music stopped, and the officials waiting for that. Now we're ready to go. It'll be Plugi and Ortner, and a tip controlled by Ortner into the hands of Witten Painter. Ainsworth with the opening possession. Looks like a zone to start the game for the Longhorns. Evans gets it to Rucker on the left wing. Up top to Painter, swing it around to Fernandez on the right side. Back to Witten, top of the key three for Painter, around and out. Rebound to Rucker, put back, won't go. Tip try for Chris Fernandez, no, and the rebound finally pulled down by J.J. Maynard. Couple offensive boards for the Bulldogs. Couldn't get shots to fall. Rucker was looking for a foul call that didn't come. And then Fernandez tried the tip, catch and shoot, basically tip try on the rebound. So Burwell gets a stop. We'll see the Bulldogs come out in the zone, and the pass from Sykes is through the hands of Maynard and out of bounds. Maynard, one of two freshmen, along with Hicks, starting for this Longhorn squad. So Burwell turns it over. And back come the Bulldogs. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone for Burwell. Painter dribbles out of a double team, skips it to Fernandez into the left corner. 3 for Evans. That's off the side of the iron. And the board down to Hicks. Cold shooting start for the Bulldogs as they're 0 of their first 4. Evans picking up Sykes, swings it ahead to Stout. Sykes up top, skips it to Maynard. Inside to Hicks. Past Rucker and swirls it in. As Hicks loses a shoe in the process. And they're going to give court time to get the shoe back on. Burwell strikes first. 2-0 Longhorns. Fernandez brings it across the timeline for Ainsworth against now a 2-3 zone look. Longhorns switching it up. Left wing 3 for Painter. That's well short. Rucker knocks the rebound off of Ortner, it looks like. He tried to knock it off of Hicks, and Hicks kind of ducked out of the way, or sideways, kind of bent his legs sideways. And it ends up off Ortner, so the ball back to the Longhorns. Here is Stout on the wing. Tries to drive past Fernandez, poked away by Evans, out to a 3 for Maynard is good. Maynard on the 3 on the assist from Stout. It's a 5-0 start for Burwell. Right wing to Painter. High post to Rucker. Bounces it inside. Nice find. Ortner with a finish. Rucker from the high post gets the assist. Ortner finishes at the rim. And the Bulldogs get their first bucket with 6:05 to play here in the first. 5-2 our score. Bulldogs have not got the points registered yet as there's a knockaway by Evans and a steal by Painter. Second Burwell turnover. They throw it ahead to Evans. Drives baseline. Shut off. Gets it to Rucker. Turns. Finds Fernandez. Extra dump down in for Ortner, and he is fouled. Good ball movement by the Bulldogs. Rucker to Fernandez in the high post, who dumped it down to Ortner, and he'll go to the line for 2. Jacob, 2 good early looks, forced the foul on Binyam Sykes. Sykes' first personal. Jacob to the free throw line. He was one that missed both holiday tournaments, battling some illness, as Ortner's free throw is good. Jacob has the first 3 for the Bulldogs. And it is a 5-3 game, Burwell with the early lead. In Valentine over West Holt, 24-2 after 1 quarter in Valentine. Second one, a miss for Ortner, and the rebound down to Hayes Plugi. 5-3, Burwell by 2. Sykes guarded by Evans at the top of the zone. High post to Plugi, tries the dump down, stolen away by Ortner. Good defense by Jacob. Third Burwell turnover. Back comes Fernandez. High post to Rucker. Gets it knocked away, saved by Ortner, and his shot blocked by Plugi. The rebound down to Court Hicks. Back the other way come the Longhorns. Skip pass, 3 for Stout. That one around and out. And Rucker seals off Plugi for the board. Jackson brings it ahead. Bounces it in the left corner to Evans. 3-point shot down. It's a West Plains Bank triple for Zane Evans. On the assist from Jackson Rucker, and the Bulldogs have scored 6 in a row to take their first lead at 6-5. Burwell the first 5 points. Bulldogs have answered with 6 in a row. Nice find down low. Hicks' shot blocked by Ortner, but a foul. That was a good find. Freshman to freshman as Maynard to a cutting Hicks along the baseline. They'll get Ortner on the foul. First whistle against the Bulldogs and 2 free throws here for Court Hicks. Burwell out to the 5-0 lead. Bulldogs with 6 in a row, and that ends with the free throw from Hicks, and we're tied. First sub into the game is Cody Marshall for Burwell. He will replace Stout. Marshall is a 6'2 senior. So the Longhorns coming off their first win of the season against Elba. Second free throw for Hicks. Front rim, no. Rebound tipped out by Plugi over Ortner into the hands of Maynard. And there's a steal by Evans out high. He has it knocked away and is able to save it, but he was out of bounds, came back in, cannot be the first one to touch the basketball. So good play by Sykes to get back and knock that ball away from Zane as he had picked up a steal up high. We are tied at 6. 4.5 to go in our opening quarter. Ainsworth searching for its third straight victory after 9 losses to open the season. There's a travel up high on Hicks. That's the 5th turnover already on Burwell. Bates and Raymond into the game for Ainsworth. Another of that sophomore class. He'll replace Ortner. So the Bulldogs start 2 seniors and 3 sophomores. And their first 3 or 4 players off the bench are all sophomores. Tied at 6 here, about 4:15 to play in the first. Painter on the left wing gets it to Evans, cutting down the baseline, and Zane in again with a score on the assist by Witten Painter. And the Bulldogs retake the lead at 8-6. Maynard up top to Sykes, guarded by Fernandez. Here is Hicks on the drive, shut off. Gets it to Plugi, his pass knocked away. And it's by Evans, and then a scramble for the loose ball. The foul's going to be called on Zane. So Zane knocked it away. He and Sykes were kind of jostling toward the backcourt after the basketball. They're going to call a push on Zane. In comes Sully Troush for the Longhorns, 5'10 freshman. He replaces J.J. Maynard. 8-6 Ainsworth. On the wing, Fernandez shuts off the attempt by Troush. Out top to Hicks, drives past Fernandez, knocked away by Rucker, and it forces a travel by Hicks. Good help defense by Rucker coming over. Fernandez, or will it be Kyle Fernandez, sophomore in, replacing Zane Evans. So Chris, the senior, younger brother Kyle, the sophomore, both on the floor now. Ainsworth has already played 7. That's more than they had available in the Summerland Holiday Tournament, basically on over the holiday break. Chris Fernandez, guarded by Plugi on the wing, brings it out top, open 3, Witten Painter. There's a West Plains Bank triple for Witten. On the assist for Chris Fernandez, that's the second 3 of the quarter for Ainsworth. And the Bulldogs are on an 11-1 run after falling down at 5-0 to start the game. 11-6, Plugi, high post it goes to Troush. Knocked away by Rucker, gets it back, now to Plugi. Hicks with the drive. Puts a shot up, that's a wild one, and the rebound tracked down by Kyle Fernandez. Good defense again by the Bulldogs. Rucker and Painter inside. They go to Rucker in the high post, turns, puts up the 13-footer and scores. On the assist from Chris Fernandez, Rucker has his first bucket. 4 Bulldogs in the scoring column. 5 assisted baskets on 5 made field goals for Ainsworth, sharing the ball well against the zone. This one knocked away by Fernandez at half court. He takes it in, scores with a left hand. Chris on the board with the steal and layup, and that'll lead to a timeout from Coach Adam Stolzer as the Bulldogs, after falling behind 5-0 on a 15-1 run, to go up 15-6 with 2:32 to play in the first. Timeout, Longhorns.
Your go-to choice for ag and industrial steelwork is Winters Millwright in Ainsworth. Evan Winters has over 2 decades of experience and an expert team who are proud to offer construction, machinery installation, maintenance, repairs, and innovative solutions.
Scott Rosichka with Bueller Speed, a second-generation nutrition-first company that truly cares if you're successful. With our products from everything from mineral to cube, custom seed consultations, heifer development programs, seed stock supplier programs, we can do it all. That's Scott Rosichka with Soother Feeds, 402-358-2083.
Couple of score updates. It is Valentine at the half over West Holt, 40-8. And Stewart with a 14-4 lead at the end of one over a good Anselmo Myrna team. There's a knockaway by Zane Evans, but right into the hands of Hayes Plugi down low for the finish. Plugi gets the bucket as Burwell breaks the Ainsworth run. This pass knocked away and out of bounds will be off of Bear Ray, who checked in off that timeout. Ray, another of that sophomore class, so looks like 5 sophomores out there for Ainsworth. Evans, Raymond, Ortner, Kyle Fernandez, and Bear Ray. A 5 sophomore lineup for the Bulldogs. And the only starters out there are Ortner and Zane Evans. 15-8, Bulldogs by 7. High post to Plugi, tries a dump down to Cody Marshall, but it's through his hands. Good idea by Plugi, just a little too much sauce on the pass. Right through the hands of Marshall. 7th turnover for Burwell. Boy, Stewart against a good Anselmo Myrna team. A 14-4 lead at the end of one in Myrna. The Broncos outside the 2 losses to Central Valley, undefeated on the season. That Central Valley team now rated in Class D1. Skip pass to Evans on the wing. Poked away from him to Ray. 14 on the shot clock. Kyle Fernandez takes a deep 3. That won't go. Rebound down to Sykes, and then he's fouled over the back, I believe, by Bates and Raymond. So that's the first board for Sykes. Raymond gets the foul. And we'll quickly see Painter and Fernandez, the 2 seniors, back in for Ainsworth, as out go Raymond and Kyle Fernandez. Minute 29 to play in the opening quarter. Bulldogs had a 15-1 run to go from 5-0 down to a 15-6 lead. Burwell since had a bucket from Plugi. Turning the corner, Stout gets it outside. 3 on the left wing is off the mark for Troush. The rebound knocked out of bounds by Cody Marshall, and it goes back to Ainsworth. Burwell brings a couple of freshmen back in, and Maynard and Hicks, 2 starters. Out will go Troush and Cody Marshall. Minute 15 to play in the first. Bulldogs lead 15-8 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. Painter with it on the right wing to Bear Ray. He takes a 3. That one too strong. Rebound tipped by Ortner, and it's going to be knocked off the leg of J.J. Maynard as he and Bear Ray battled for it. So a fresh 35-second clock for Ainsworth with 1:02 to play in the frame. Bulldogs lead 15-8. Fernandez, nice catch inside to Ortner. Scoops it in off the glass. Chris, a nice inbound assist, his 3rd assist. Ortner with 5. And the Bulldogs lead by 9. Zane Evans face guarding Sykes. Into the corner it goes to Hicks. Kicks it out to Maynard. Turns the corner on Chris Fernandez. Swings it out to Stout. Drives baseline looking for Plugi. Tough pass, and Maynard can't save it at a foot on the sideline. That pass from about 4 feet away was a bullet right at Hayes Plugi's head. And it's the 8th Burwell turnover. Ainsworth up by 9. A 17-point opening quarter. Might be their best first quarter of the season as this ball knocked away by Stout out of bounds. About a 3-second difference, game clock to shot clock. Ainsworth has not been very good about using that shot clock in the closing minutes of quarters. Holding for last shots. There's a steal by Hicks as he takes away the errant pass from Chris Fernandez that was tipped. Just the 2nd Bulldog turnover. Maynard has it stripped away by Zane Evans. Throws it ahead to Chris Fernandez for the lay-in. Fernandez on the steal and assist by Zane Evans. And with 13 seconds left, the Bulldogs lead double digits at 19-8. Matches their largest lead of the game. Plugi kicks it out to Maynard for 3 with 2 seconds. Front rim, no. Rebound tracked down by Bear Ray. And that will close out our opening 8 minutes of basketball. Your Tri-County Bank scoreboard from McAndrew Gymnasium. The Ainsworth Bulldogs lead the Burwell Longhorns 19-8.
Put your project in good hands with Sean Furno Construction, offering complete general contracting services, home renos, window installs, siding, roofing, decks, new builds, you name it. Call on Sean Furno Construction at 402-382-8093.
When it comes to health care, the providers at the Ainsworth Family Clinic set a standard in quality that aims to exceed your expectations. Dr. Kenneth Wasmond and nurse practitioners Jennifer Schermeyer, Hillary Goodwin, and Crystal Daly. Better never stops at the Ainsworth Family Clinic. Madison's Great Western, west of Ainsworth, serves all your fertilizer, fuel, and propane needs. Give them a call at 387-2870. Stop by the office. Visit with Bob Maxwell. You'll find Madison's Great Western makes your fertilizer and fuel needs their #1 priority.
We're ready for the second 8 minutes of basketball here from McAndrew Gymnasium. Score updates around the area with all of our teams in action tonight. North Central with an 11-10 lead over Central Valley after one quarter at home in Bassett tonight. Stewart on the road, a 14-4 lead over Anselmo Myrna after one quarter. And Valentine at the half dominating West Holt 40-8. Sykes gets it past Evans after a steal attempt to start the quarter. Poked away by Rucker from Stout. Stolen by Fernandez. Ahead to Zane. Can't get the finish. Ortner, the offensive rebound, misses the putback. The rebound tipped out to Painter. He takes a 17-footer. No. Rebound tipped out by Rucker into the hands of Evans. And another chance for the Bulldogs. Rucker in the right corner. That's 3 offensive rebounds for Ainsworth. Deep three. Painter off the side of the rim, and the rebound taken down by Axel Smith, who's in to start the second quarter for Ainsworth. 19-8. Deep three, Sykes, top of the key, off the side of the iron. Rebound Karams to Fernandez. Ahead it goes to Zane Evans. Zane pulls it up 1-on-2. Out to Painter, 3, top of the key. That one won't go. Rebound over the back will be called on Jacob Ortner. As down with the board, Axel Smith. That'll be Ortner's second. So he's the first Bulldog to get to 2 fouls. Ainsworth only had 3 whistles in the first quarter. Just one against Burwell in that opening quarter. Ortner will come out as Graham Deuster into the game for the first time. He's another of the Bulldogs' sophomore class. So that's already 9 who have seen the floor now for Ainsworth. They went those 2 holiday tournaments, didn't even have that many in uniform. But the Bulldogs getting healthy here at the midpoint. Is inside, shot is up and good. And that is Sully Troush getting past the newly entered Deuster for the bucket. Fernandez jump stop in the lane, spins it out, rebound tipped around. Rucker can't save it as Sykes and Smith battled for it inside. Goes over to the Longhorns. 19-10. North Central, a 1-point lead against a rated Central Valley team at home in Bassett tonight. Here's a drive by Hicks, stopped on the help by Rucker, throws it into the corner to Plugi, skip pass, knocked away by Chris, saved by Hicks, and he loses the handle on it. Saved by Zane Evans, what a play again for Zane, and then Deuster travels with it. Zane had to save it in bounds, threw it to Graham, who turned around, nobody was there, and he just kind of tripped himself up. So out will go Deuster, in comes Bear Ray. Ortner on the bench with 2 fouls, ball goes back to Burwell. 6:24 to go in the half. Troush to enter it in for Burwell. 5-second count is on, and he doesn't get it in. Good defense on the inbound by the Bulldogs, and it forces the 5-second count. Ainsworth gets it back up by 9, 19-10. We've played a little over a minute and a half here in quarter number 2. Painter dumps it to Rucker in the high post, kicks it in the left corner for a West Plains Bank 3. Zane Evans on the 3rd assist by Rucker. Evans now with 8 in the first half, and his shooting stroke has really improved as the season has come on. And then we've got a pushing foul. Trying to fight through a screen was Rucker to get to a baseline drive. Good job by Smith of shielding off his defender. And Rucker tries to go through Smith to get to the drive by Troush. First foul on Rucker, second of the Bulldogs this quarter. 22-10 Ainsworth, leading by a dozen. 5-second count on again, and they get it on an outlet to Plugi. His pass stolen away by Bear Ray. Ahead quickly, Evans takes it in, lays it home. Zane Evans with 10 in the first half. 24-10, Bulldogs by 14. Into the right corner to Plugi, skip pass to Troush, and he is going to be reached in and fouled. How about the Stewart Broncos on the road at a good Anselmo Myrna team? Lead 32-17 at the half. Broncos rated number 5 in Class D2. Anselmo Myrna's been rated in D1 this season. Into the corner to Maynard. He loses the dribble, gets it out to Sykes, guarded by Painter. Out top to Plugi. Troush with 20 on the shot clock, tries to turn the corner. Sykes out to Plugi. Sykes has been held in check, just no points for him as Plugi drives baseline, tries to go to Maynard, and it's through his hands and out of bounds. Good defense again by the Bulldogs. That forces the 13th Burwell turnover. Ainsworth will bring back Bates and Raymond, and Kyle Fernandez. Out will go Painter and Evans. So the Bulldogs going much deeper into their bench than they have been able to do this season for Coach Jake Nelson. So it's Chris and Kyle Fernandez, Bates and Raymond, Bear Ray and Jackson Rucker, the 5 on the floor. Rucker high post, gets it to Fernandez on the wing. 15-footer on the elbow, won't go. Rebound tapped around into the hands of Cody Marshall. Burwell gets a stop, down 14 with the basketball. 5 minutes to go in the second. Another near steal by Ray. Troush saves it. Needs help, lost the dribble, gets it out to Sykes. Ainsworth in the 2-3 zone. Troush into the corner to Sykes. Plugi calling for it inside with Rucker behind him. Turnaround jumper, hangs on the back rim and scores. Forced to fade away, and Plugi knocks it down. He has 4. 24-12. Here's Bear Ray, left wing 3. Looks strong, is way strong. Plugi down with the board. 24-12. Ainsworth by a dozen. Running a 2-3 zone are the Bulldogs. Troush on the wing, poked away by Fernandez, and then the pass saved by Maynard in the corner. Gets it to Sykes, 15 on the shot clock. Sykes backs out on Raymond. Loses the dribble, gets it to Troush. High post, tries to work on Rucker. Bounces it down into the baseline to Plugi. Shot too strong. But the rebound to Troush. Shot clock doesn't reset. Rucker pokes it away and gets the steal. Ahead to Fernandez. Chris takes it in one-on-one, lays it home. Fernandez on his 3rd bucket after the 14th Burwell turnover on the steal by Rucker. 26-12, the Bulldog lead is 14. Skip pass to Troush into the corner, Plugi. Baseline jumper is good. Plugi now has 6 and a timeout taken by Coach Adam Stolzer, I believe, of the Longhorns. We'll take a quick break. 3:33 to go in the half. Ainsworth by a dozen over Burwell, 26-14 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
Ainsworth Auto Parts is now Auto Value, located along Richardson Drive, right along East City Park. They offer oil, fluids, wax and paint, accessories, tools and shop supplies, as well as ag and heavy-duty parts. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts. Ainsworth Auto Parts, your Auto Value parts store.
Greg Kinsey back here with you on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, KBRB.net. And those joining us on the Ainsworth Community Schools video stream of this matchup here between Ainsworth and Burwell. Bulldogs lead 26-14 with the basketball. It is Painter and Evans back in, along with Kyle Fernandez, Bates and Raymond, and Jackson Rucker. Chris Fernandez and Bear Ray to the bench off that timeout, and Kyle Fernandez and throws it into the corner where he thought Zane Evans was. Zane cut in, so the ball ends up by the drum kit. Out of bounds, turnover Bulldogs, just their 4th. Valentine leading West Holt boys play at the half, 40-8. Stewart a 32-17 halftime lead over a good Anselmo Myrna team in Myrna tonight. They throw it over the top to Plugi, and he scores. Nice find from Sykes as Rucker was fronting Plugi in the post, and Sykes threw it over the top of Rucker. Into the corner, here's Evans. Zane can't get the corner turn, kicks it out to Kyle Fernandez, up top to Painter. Catch and shoot 3 is short, but the offensive rebound, Bates and Raymond gets it to Painter for the finish. Bates and Raymond on the offensive rebound and assist. Painter has 5, 28-16. Plugi has 8 to lead Burwell. 6'4" senior post, corner 3 for Sykes. That one in and out, back in. It is a triple for Benyam Sykes on a quick catch and shoot 3. On the assist by Maynard. Into the left corner, Evans. Zane on the wing to Rucker. Burwell stays in that 2-3 zone, swing it around to Painter. Witten to top of the key. Kyle Fernandez fires a 3. That one in and out. And the rebound down to Plugi. Hayes, a nice first half, 8 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a block, and Burwell back within 9. Bulldogs stay in that zone defense. Here is Maynard on the left wing, gets it into the corner to Hicks. Kluge out to Hicks for three. That one won't go. They battle for the rebound. Rucker into the hands of Fernandez. Ahead to Zane Evans for the finish. Zane with a dozen. The ball tipped by Rucker to Kyle Fernandez for the rebound and assist for Kyle as Rucker and Plugi battled down there on the glass. 30-19, the run out for Evans. He has a dozen. Up top, in over the top of Rucker goes Cody Marshall as he backs it in on the post. Marshall's first bucket on the left wing to Raymond. Up top to Kyle Fernandez, swinging around to Zane. Evans on the right wing, up top to Fernandez, now to Rucker. He'll take a three left wing. That one's back rim. And a jump ball on the rebound or a foul. What do we have? Well, they're going to call a foul on Bates and Raymond. That's curious, as that will be Bates in second. Out will go Kyle Fernandez and Bates and Raymond as Ortner and Chris Fernandez back in. Starting five back out there for the Bulldogs. It is Stout, Sykes, Plugi, Maynard, and Hicks, the starting five out there for Burwell. It's a 9-point Bulldog lead, 30-21, approaching a minute to go here in the half. Sykes to Maynard, open three on the left wing, too strong. Weak side rebound down to Witten Painter. Here comes Chris Fernandez. Crossover move, right elbow jumper, too strong. Good box out by Sykes as he shielded Rucker off the glass. Sykes' second board. 15-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Maynard left corner to Hicks. He'll fire a three. That's way too strong, but the weak side rebound to Plugi as he had position over Painter. Plugi with 10 now, and it's a 7-point game, 30-23. As close as Burwell has been in quite some time. Shot clock is off with 25 seconds left. See if the Bulldogs try to hold for one. Rucker back to Fernandez, fakes the three. Chris with 15 on the shot clock. Painter on the right wing into the corner to Rucker. Looking inside for Ortner. Skip pass to Evans. Zane out to Chris with 8. Gets a screen from Ortner. Doesn't use it. Goes the other way. Corner three. Evans beats the buzzer with a West Plains Bank three on a pretty final possession for Ainsworth. The Bulldogs use all the clock, and Fernandez on the drive and dish into the corner, and Zane Evans, the big first half for the Bulldogs with 15 points, and that gives Ainsworth a 10-point advantage at the break, 33-23. We'll come back with our Tri-County Bank halftime show after these messages.
William Crotter Lumber Company of Ainsworth, Bassett, Stewart, Atkinson, O'Neill, Spencer, and Gregory supply all of your building needs, from the tiniest finishing nail to truckloads of lumber. William Crotter Company, where service is a family tradition.
At West Plains Bank, we're proud to offer the financial products and services to help you accomplish your life's goals. West Plains Bank in Ainsworth and Springview, a better way to bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Making car shopping fun again. Whether you're in the market for brand new or pre-owned, shop the great selection at William Crotter Company, where service is a family tradition. See them at 305 West Douglas in O'Neill, or you can find them on Facebook and CrotterAuto.com.
Your first choice for exceptional care is Rangeland Rehab locations in Ainsworth and Bassett. Physical therapist Brian Doak, along with professional staff, are trained in many techniques to help improve mobility and decrease pain. For appointments, call Rangeland Rehab at 387-1600.
Welcome you back here to McAndrew Gymnasium as the Ainsworth dance team performing here for a good crowd on hand for this matchup between the Bulldogs and the Longhorns. Ainsworth with a 33-23 lead at the half. We had 3 late changes in the opening quarter. Burwell jumped out to the 5-0 early lead. Bulldogs answered with 6 in a row and went on a 15-1 run to go up 15-6, eventually led 19-8 at the end of one. Bulldogs led by as many as 14 in the second quarter before Burwell cut it back to 7 late, but the Bulldogs beat the buzzer with a great end of half possession as they used the clock that was shot clock dark, and Chris Fernandez on the drive and kick into the corner to Zane Evans, who hit his third 3 of the first half en route to 15 points to lead all scorers and give the Bulldogs the double-digit lead at the break, 33-23. to 23. Hayes Plugi with 10 of Burwell's 23, leading the Longhorns. It is our Tri-County Bank halftime show here on KBRB. If you're looking to buy a home, build a home, or refinance the home you have, the Tri-County Bank Home Mortgage Team can help get you into the home of your dreams. Go local because of the Tri-County Bank. They're not just your lenders, they're your neighbors. Stop by one of their branches, Stuart Atkinson, Bassett O'Neill. Visit tcbhomemortgage.com. The Tri-County Bank is member FDIC and is an equal housing lender. Well, they've added some time back to the halftime clocks. We'll have a little longer halftime show here. We'll take a break, come back, go through our first half statistics, get you caught up with scores around the area, and we'll bring you our keys to the second half as Ainsworth leads Burwell 33 to 23.
Need a project tackled? We'll get them lined up. Shelburne Contracting in Ainsworth is proud to offer seamless gutters, windows and doors, flooring, decking, roofing, fencing, complete home remods, even firewood prep. Call Ty at 402-760-0985.
Allen Monuments of Ainsworth offer permanent legacies that memorialize the passing of a loved one. The monument you choose can be customized to reflect the life of your departed one. Serving you with dignity, Allen Monuments on Highway 20, Ainsworth.
Three River Communications strives to better serve their customers of North Central Nebraska with the latest fiber technology, offering up to 1 gig internet speed, high-definition cable TV, and local and long-distance telephone service. Three River Communications, your local service provider.
We welcome you back here on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, and the web, kbrb.net. We have a score update from Valentine, where the Valentine Badgers lead the Westhold Huskies after 3 quarters, 54-12, and a running clock there in the fourth quarter for the just once beaten Badgers. Well, here at the break, it is a 33-23 lead for the Ainsworth Bulldogs over the Burwell Longhorns. We find 15 first-half points for Zane Evans, who just continues to improve offensively. So the Bulldogs led 19-8 at the end of one. Burwell actually outscores Ainsworth 15-14 in the second. Go through the scoring for both teams. Hayes Plugi leads the Longhorns with 10 in the first half. He's the only one to hit more than 1 field goal. So 10 for Plugi, a 3 for Benyam Sykes, a 3 for J.J. Maynard. And then it was 3 points for Cord Hicks, a 2-point field goal, and 1 for 2 at the free throw line. A bucket for Sully Troush and a bucket for Cody Marshall, both off the bench for Burwell. So 6 in the scoring column for the Longhorns. 14 turnovers there for Burwell as they're minus 10 in that category. Bulldogs turned it over just 4 times. Longhorns do have a 13-12 advantage on the glass. Rebounding-wise, Hayes Plugi with 4 rebounds to lead Burwell, 2 apiece for Benyam Sykes, J.J. Maynard, Cord Hicks, and Axel Smith. 1 board for Cody Marshall. I have Teague Stout and Benyam Sykes each with 2 assists. 1 assist for Hayes Plugi and 1 for J.J. Maynard, and 1 block for Plugi in the first half. No been in any kind of foul trouble for Burwell, as only 1 foul whistled on the Longhorns in the entire first half. And for the Ainsworth Bulldogs, 15 points in the first half for Zane Evans. Hit 3 threes, at least 2 of those from the left corner, including 1 that beat the halftime buzzer. It was 6 points for Chris Fernandez, 5, including a 3 for Witten Painter. 5 points early for Jacob Ortner, 1 for 2 at the free throw line, and a bucket for Jackson Rucker. Rebounding-wise, 3 for Chris Fernandez, 2 each for Jackson Rucker and Kyle Fernandez, and 1 apiece for Zane Evans, Bateson Raymond, Jacob Ortner, Witten Painter, and Bear Ray. I had Chris Fernandez and Jackson Rucker both with 4 assisted baskets in the first half. 1 each for Zane Evans, Bateson Raymond, Witten Painter, Kyle Fernandez, and Bear Ray. Foul situation on the Bulldogs, 2 on Bateson Raymond and 2 on Jacob Ortner. Both teams 1 for 2 at the free throw line. That's a look at your first half statistics. We'll take a break, come back, go through our keys to the second half.
Maintain and enhance a beautiful lawn with Paulson's Lawn Service of Ainsworth. Jerry and Norma Paulson. Mowing, lawn cleanup, power raking, aerating, fertilizing, and spraying. They provide free estimates, references gladly given. Paulson's Lawn Service of Ainsworth.
For prescriptions and all your over-the-counter, feel-better favorites, come to the pharmacy you know and trust, Ainsworth Pharmacy on Main Street, because keeping you healthy is their top priority. Make sure to check out their Facebook page for open hours.
Country Fabrics and Crafts of Valentine specializes in baby lock and simplicity sewing machines and sergers. For fabrics, notions, thread, yarn, zippers, trim, and patterns, head to Country Fabrics and Crafts in Valentine.
Well, we have a score update from Rock County after North Central led 11-10 and scored the first bucket of the second quarter to go up 13-10. Central Valley a 23-3 run from there. And Central Valley goes from down 3 early second quarter to leading by 17 at the half. 33-16 Central Valley over North Central. At halftime, it is Stewart leading Anselmo Myrna 32-17. And at the end of 3 quarters, Valentine with a 54-12 lead over West Holt. Well, let's get you our keys to the second half. They're brought to you by Ainsworth Motors, your best in the West Ford store, East Highway 20 in Ainsworth, where you can check out the best-selling trucks in America, the Ford F-Series pickups. They have new and previously owned Ford F-150s. They've got the 250s as well on the lot now, so check those out. If you want to order a new Ford for 2026, just stop in, talk to Brett and the crew, and they'll get you lined out with the best-selling truck in America, the Ford F-Series. Great body shop and repair department, as well as service department at Ainsworth Motors. Stop out and see why the difference is the dealer. Financing and incentive options available to qualified buyers at Ainsworth Motors. Keys to the second half for Burwell. You want to see them try to continue to work the ball into the paint. They've had some success inside, getting the ball into Plugi, who's done a good job finishing. Plugi averages about 7 points a game. He already had 10 in that first half. The 6'4" senior, kind of a mismatch in there for the smaller Bulldogs, and he had 10 in that first half. Bulldogs tried playing behind him. They tried fronting him, and Plugi was able to get some good looks both times that the Bulldogs played, whether they played behind him or tried to front him. Plugi was able to find some good looks. So if you're Burwell, continue to work through Plugi on the inside and then let him kick it to shooters if it collapses that Bulldog zone. If you're Ainsworth, your key to the second half, continue to force pressure on the outside, get out and run, as the Bulldogs have had a lot of good looks in transition, led by their defense. 14 turnovers forced, and that's led to several fast break buckets for the Bulldogs. And Ainsworth would continue to like to see them try to go inside out. If you're going to get the three-point shots, let them come after you've thrown the ball and got it into the painted area, either to the high post or the low post, and then let those post players, if it collapses the defense, kick it out for those three-point shots. Bulldogs sometimes get a little reliant on the three-point shot. They did make 4 of those in the first half, but would like to see them work through the painted area against the Burwell zone. So look at your keys to the second half, brought to you by Ainsworth Motors. Second 16 minutes on the way next from McAndrew Gymnasium. That's your Tri-County Bank halftime show. Bulldogs lead it by 10. We'll come back with the second half.
Frontier Diesel of Ainsworth is your best choice for diesel truck and big rig repairs. Bruce Dannett and crew provide long-lasting repair work that stands up to the demands placed on your heavy-duty equipment. Dependable service, repairs done right. Frontier Diesel of Ainsworth.
TK Angus specializes in long-aged yearling Angus bulls. We also offer bulls for sale at private treaty in the spring. To learn more, check out our website at tkangus.com.
When you need expert electrical service, call on Travis Electric of Ainsworth. Travis Electric provides installation, repair, rewiring, maintenance, and upgrades for residential, commercial, farm, and ranch applications. Timely, reliable, professional, and courteous service, Travis Electric at 402-382-3280.
Ainsworth basketball to start the second half. Now working from right to left as a three-point shot taken and missed on the left wing by Fernandez. Rucker gets the offensive rebound, gets it down to Ortner, who's fouled on the putback attempt. So offensive board leads to free throws as Rucker gets the board and gets it down low to Ortner, and Jacob fouled by Hayes Plugi. That's Plugi's first, and free throws for Jacob. First one off the front rim. He took the only 2 free throws in the first half, making 1. 5 points all in the first quarter for Ortner as he got into a little foul trouble early in the second. Second one too strong. Rebound tipped around by Rucker. And Plugi, as they battled with it again, it'll go off of Jackson out of bounds. So Ainsworth doesn't score on the 2 misses at the free throw line. Evans guarding Sykes in the backcourt, making Binyam work his way up the floor. Top of the 1-3-1 zone look here for Ainsworth. Now they transition over to a 2-1-2 or 2-3. Stout into the corner to Sykes, entered into Plugi, double team, kicks it out to Maynard. And a nice catch over there by one of the Care Center residents who they bring over to watch the ball game. Such a nice deal to bring the residents over, and a great following from the folks out at the Sandhills Care Center. And quite a catch for that lady over there on the front row. Turnover Burwell, their 15th. They go inside to Rucker, double team. Nice bounce pass down low to Ortner for the finish. Pretty pocket bounce pass as Rucker was double teamed. That's Jackson's 5th assist. And Ortner with the finish. He has 7. Up top to Sykes. Gets past a steal attempt by Evans. Stout with a 3 on the right wing. That's in and out, and Ortner snags the rebound. Ahead it goes, and Chris Fernandez can't quite reel it in over on the baseline. And the ball goes back to Burwell, just the 5th Ainsworth turnover. Thanks to the mayor and Scott for getting my sign put back up that fell over. That wall gets cold and the tape doesn't want to stick. There's a knock away by Fernandez and out of bounds over here on the near sideline in front of the score table. Thank you, gentlemen. 6:47 to go in the third. The Bulldog lead at a dozen, 35-23. They have the only points to start the third quarter. High post knocked away by Rucker to Fernandez. Ahead to Zane Evans. Layup is good. Fernandez with his 5th assist on the steal by Rucker. Evans now with 17. And a timeout taken by the Burwell Longhorns with 6:34 to go. In quarter number 3, Ainsworth has stretched the lead to 14 at 37-23 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
This is Carrie Hess with Sylvia's Insurance Group. Livestock Risk Protection, or LRP, is a federally subsidized insurance product that protects against a decline in price over an insurance period for fed cattle, feeder cattle, swine. To learn more, call me at 402-340-0567.
Get the good stuff at Buckles Automotive, your Napa store on Main Street in Ainsworth. We carry a complete line of passenger car and light truck parts, as well as heavy-duty truck parts for the big rigs used on your farm or ranch. Buckles Automotive in Ainsworth. One call, that's all.
Big thanks to the crew at Buckles Automotive, bringing you the broadcast on KBRB. They also bring you our post-game and pre-game shows. As the Ainsworth Bulldogs, a 4-0 start to the second quarter gives them a 7-0 run in total. And they've doubled their lead from 30-23 late second quarter to now 37-23. Bulldogs on a 7-0 run after Evans hit the 3 to beat the buzzer at halftime. And now the Bulldogs get the first 2 buckets to start the second half, both keyed by their defense. Sykes against Evans, knocked away by Zane again. It's loose and out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Bulldogs. Another great hustle play from Zane Evans as he knocks it off the leg of Sykes off the Burwell timeout. Don't like that if you're Coach Adam Stolzer. You draw something up at the timeout and you go out and turn it over. Just a great hustle play for Evans. They try to go high post to Rucker. It's poked away by Stout on the pass and stolen. 6th Ainsworth turnover. Hicks out to Sykes for 3. That hangs on the rim, won't go, and Rucker clears the glass. Jackson brings it up himself, gets it off to Fernandez on the right wing. Chris skips it to Painter, now left corner to Zane. Evans back to Witten. Chris on the top of the key against the Burwell zone. Fernandez bounces to Evans into the left corner. Rucker will take a 3, and that one's front rim. Offensive rebound put back is in and out for Fernandez. Ortner gets it a second time. 2 boards for Ortner. Bulldogs will get a 4th try on this possession. Ortner on the drive, out to Painter, 3 on the right wing. It's a West Plains Bank 3 for Witten Painter on the assist for Jacob Ortner after the Bulldogs grabbed 4 offensive rebounds on that possession. 40-23, there's a poke away by Rucker, saved by Stout, out to Sykes for 3, no good. Rebound to Painter, good box out by both Painter and Rucker as the ball hits the floor. Painter's second board. Fernandez takes it down the left side of the lane and scores. Chris has 8. And the Bulldogs up by 19. They are on a 9-0 run to start the third quarter and a 12-0 run overall. Here's a drive by Maynard, puts a shot up on the runner. That won't go. Chris Fernandez down with his 5th rebound. 8 points, 5 boards, 5 assists for Fernandez. High post through the legs of Rucker. He gets it back, gets it to Chris. Looking down into the corner for Ortner. Tries to bounce it down low to Rucker. Rucker able to save a low pass, working on Sykes. Out to Painter for 3. That one in and out, and Sykes down with the board. Binyam's third board. Burwell still looking for his first points of the second half, and we've played over 3.5 minutes. Maynard on the wing. High post to Stout. See if they can find a touch for Plugi. And a good job as Witten Painter gets in there and ties it up with Teague Stout. Possession arrow keeps it with the Longhorns. Cody Marshall back in for Burwell, giving the Longhorns a little more size as out goes J.J. Maynard. 42-23, Bulldogs by 19, looking for their 3rd straight victory. They bounce it in. It's knocked away by Rucker, stolen by Painter ahead, 2-0. Chris Fernandez in for the layup. And it starts with the knockaway on the inbound. The steal by Painter. After the knockaway by Rucker, Painter gets his 2nd assist. Fernandez into double figures with 10. Evans leads Ainsworth with 17. Hicks takes a 3, left side. Rainbow can't get it to go. Rebound tapped around. And it'll be out of bounds. Last touched by Burwell. Coach Stolzer says that ball was off White. And he's not going to win that argument. He's saying it's off of 22. Witten just kind of smiles. 44-23. Bulldogs now up by 21. They're on an 11-0 run here in the third. Painter on the wing as Bates and Raymond checked in for Rucker. Inside Ortner, shot blocked by Sykes. Saved by Bates and Raymond. Out to Painter, 3 on the left wing. Has it lined up, front rim, and the rebound will be a foul over the back on Bates and Raymond. So just in, Raymond picks up his 3rd foul. 44-23, Bulldogs by 21. This is a 14-0 run going back to late in the second quarter. Burwell has been scoreless for now about 5.5 minutes of clock time. Hicks with an up and under move, pull up 15-footer, can't get it to go, gets his own miss, takes it in, can't get the shot to go, but he's fouled. Hicks follows his miss. I don't know if they're going to give him free throws. He lost his shoe again. And it will be 2 free throws. And the foul on the Bulldogs. Not seeing who they're posting that one on. Oh, it's on Bateson again. So 4 on Raymond. Picked up 2 quick ones as Hicks gets the free throw to go. That's the first point of the second half for Burwell. Bear Ray and Rucker back in. Out will go Raymond and Witten Painter. First point for Burwell in the third comes with 3:19 to go. Makes it a 20-point game for Ainsworth. Second free throw, no, and the rebound down to Ortner. Jacob with 4 of his 5 rebounds after the break. Fernandez double team, knocked away by Sykes on the help and stolen, and then Chris pokes it out of bounds to save the layup, but Chris never saw the double team coming from Sykes. That's the 7th Ainsworth turnover. Burwell gets it underneath the baseline with 3:09 to go in the half. Get it into Hicks. He'll take the 3, right wing. Front rim, no. Rebound down to Rucker. Ahead to Fernandez, who's got the run out. And Fernandez lays it in. 6 in the quarter for Chris Fernandez. That's the 6th assist for Rucker after his 5th rebound. On the left wing, Troush tries to drive baseline. Shut off by Ray and Rucker into the corner to Sykes as Troush hits the deck. Skip pass, 3 on the wing, front rim for Plugi. Rebound down to Chris Fernandez. Chris takes it down the lane. No look pass inside to Zane, who got too far inside. Rebound, no. On the putback for Ortner. Rucker on the offensive board. He's fouled and will go to the line. 2 offensive rebounds for the Bulldogs again. They are doing much better on the glass. Ainsworth this quarter looks like a 13-2 rebound advantage. The foul was the second on Hayes Plugi. Rucker good on the free throw. 3 points for Jackson. 2:25 to go in the third. The lead now 23 at 47-24. Second free throw good for the sophomore. Bulldogs now 3 for 6 at the line after those 2 makes. Looks like after 3 quarters, Stewart leading Anselmo Myrna 46-26 as Hicks gets a shot to go in the lane. Cord Hicks with all 3 points for Burwell here in the third with 2 minutes to go. Rucker into the left corner to Evans. They close out on him quickly, and his pass is intercepted by Hicks. And there's a steal by Fernandez. Gets it ahead through the hands of Ortner, but saved by Evans. Out to Ray, left wing 3. Bear can't get that to go. And the rebound will be into the hands of Sykes, but knocked out of bounds out of his hands by Rucker. It stays with Burwell. Painter back in. Out will go Ortner. Back in comes Cody Marshall for the Longhorns, as out will go Cord Hicks. 48-26. Burwell throws it past the half-court line to Plugi, picked up by Bear Ray. Skip pass is picked off by Painter, ahead to Evans. Zane lays it in. Painter with his 3rd assist. Zane has a 19-point game. 50-26. Bulldogs by 24. There's a steal by Bear Ray, trying to get it ahead to Evans, but he gets it to Sykes instead. As Zane's saying, throw it up a little taller, as Zane was well out ahead of Sykes, but the pass was on a line from Ray into the corner to Plugi. To Troush, knock away by Rucker. A steal by Evans. He tries to bounce it for Fernandez, who saves it, but into the hands of Maynard. The teams trade turnovers. Final minute of quarter 3. They throw it down low to Marshall. Skip it into the left corner to Plugi. His 3-point shot is too strong. And then a foul on the rebound will go on the weak side, I believe, against Witten Painter. That's Witten's first, just the 3rd team foul of the quarter on Ainsworth. Sykes will check out as back in comes Teague Stout. 49 seconds to play in the third. Bulldogs by 24. They've outscored Burwell 17-3 here in the third. Knock away on the inbound by Rucker, but it'll go out of bounds and stay with the Longhorns as Fernandez couldn't quite get to it in time on the sideline. So Burwell gets it back. Down by 24. This would be the 3rd straight victory for the Bulldogs before they head into a gauntlet game on the road against the defending D2 state champion. There's a knock away by Rucker and a steal. Jackson brings it ahead to Fernandez. Chris on the drive. Takes it into the paint, kicks it out to Painter. 3. Front rim no. Gets his own miss, puts it up, and scores. Witten into double figures again. He has 10. And it's 52-26. Bulldogs with 3 in double figures. There's a knock away by Painter and a steal. Bounces ahead to Fernandez for the lay-in as Chris hits the deck and is fouled. And one opportunity. Fernandez on the steal and assist for Painter. And the Bulldogs getting runouts. And one opportunity for Fernandez at 54-26. Kyle Fernandez comes back in for Evans. Bulldogs with 13.7 seconds remaining in the third have dominated this third quarter. Free throw off the front rim for Chris. Rebound down to Plugi, his 5th. 8 seconds left. Stout has it poked away by Chris Fernandez, gets it back with 4. Now to Troush, corner 3. Plugi to close out the third is in and out. And that'll take us to the final 8 minutes as the Ainsworth Bulldogs outscore Burwell. How about 21-3 in the third quarter and lead 54-26 heading into the final 8 minutes on your Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
Your Zematic by Lindsay dealer offers replacement parts for any brand of pivot, installation and training, superior service when you need it.
Your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer is Ainsworth Electric Motors, located just 1 mile east of Ainsworth on Highway 20. Call 387-1071.
Get your game on at Palmer Embroidery and Boutique. You can get your Bulldog gear here. Not just for students, we have all fans covered, including parents and grandparents. Bulldog Pride? It's kind of a really big deal at your locally owned hometown boutique on Main Street in Ainsworth.
This is Dave Sears, Ag Loan Officer with Homestead Bank. The Ag Bankers at Homestead Bank understand the risks and rewards of farming and ranching. We can help you look ahead and plan for a season of success. Stop in or call to visit with one of our experienced bankers today to start your journey. Homestead Bank, member FDIC.
Get your smile on. At Ainsworth Family Dental, Dr. Mackenzie Owen and dental hygienist Lene Hansmeyer, along with their friendly staff, always strive for one common goal, to help their patients achieve and maintain a beautiful, healthy smile.
Fourth quarter of play here on KBRB. Ainsworth with a dominating third quarter to go up 28. And it's Bulldog basketball in their home whites with the red numbers and letters and the red and black stripe. Reverse lay-in down the baseline for Evans won't go. And the board down to Hayes Plugi. Good take down the baseline for Zane. Just couldn't get the reverse layup to fall. Valentine defeats Stewart tonight, or Valentine defeats West Holt tonight, rather, as a missed three for Maynard. Rucker pulls down his 7th rebound. And then the pass is knocked out of bounds by Plugi. It will stay with Ainsworth. Valentine defeats West Holt on the boys' side, 66-14. Stewart with a big lead on the road against a good Anselmo Myrna team, 46-26. And late third quarter, it is Central Valley leading North Central. There's a miss by Painter on the three. Rebound to Evans. His turnaround jumper is blocked by Plugi. And then a scramble for the rebound. It's a jump ball between Evans and Axel Smith. So Zane gets the offensive board, but gets blocked on the putback attempt. 54-26. Bulldogs by 28. On the left wing, Hicks drives, step through, and scores. Nice little step through by Cord Hicks. He's had a nice game. The freshman, 8 points. 5 of those, all 5 Burwell points after halftime to Hicks. Rucker's pass is at Fernandez's knees. That's a turnover, Bulldogs. As Fernandez tried to cut through, Jackson hit him on the knees. 11th Ainsworth turnover. Hicks steps through, kicks it out. Maynard takes the three. That one won't go. Rebound is controlled by Jacob Ortner. Boy, the Bulldogs have dominated the glass in the second half. Fernandez into the corner to Evans. He'll take a triple. That one too strong. And the rebound pulled down by Axel Smith. And then a foul on Rucker as he tried to reach in and steal it away. Second foul on Rucker. Nobody in any trouble for either team other than Bates and Raymond, who has 4 fouls for the Bulldogs off the bench. 54-28, lead is 26 for Ainsworth. Here is Sykes on the deep left wing, poked away by Ortner. Evans can't quite save it as he heads toward the bleachers again. Nice poke away by Jacob. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Burwell will inbound at half court. Hicks throws it into the backcourt to Sykes. As we head toward the 6-minute mark here in the game. Ainsworth by 26 in search of its 3rd straight victory. Plugi on the left baseline, knocked away by Ortner. Bullet pass all the way to the right side to Maynard. He puts up the baseline jumper. That won't go. Rucker down with his 8th board. Ahead to Evans. Evans lays it up and in as he takes it all the way to the hoop. Zane with 21 in the ball game. And Ainsworth doubling up Burwell 56-28. In the corner to Plugi. Drives, puts up the baseline, jumper, and scores. Hayes Plugi, first bucket of the second half. He has 12 in the game. Fernandez on the drive, kicks it to Painter. Witten puts up a tough runner. That's off the glass, and then Rucker climbs over the back of Sykes on the board. That'll be 2 quick ones on Jackson, 3 for the game, after Sykes had his 4th rebound. 5:21 to go. Back in comes Sully Troush for Burwell. Out goes freshman J.J. Maynard. Burwell coming off its lone win. That was over Elba on Saturday as this pass is through the hands of Hicks on the inbound, and it goes out of bounds on the sideline. Unforced turnover by Burwell. They have 22 turnovers, Bulldogs with 11. So the ball back to Ainsworth on the baseline. 56-30. Evans to trigger it in, looking for Rucker, wide of Jackson, and stolen by Troush. Bulldogs, 12 turnovers. 8 of those after halftime. Hicks can't get the three away as a good job by Evans getting there to get a piece of the ball, and it forces the travel on Hicks. Nice defense from Zane. Bulldogs get it back with 5:12 to play, and we're going to get a timeout taken. We'll take one as well. Bulldogs in command, 56-30 with 5:12 to go on our Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
Locally owned and operated since 1953, Nelson Furniture, Main Street in Valentine, where more than the price is right. You'll find a great selection, personal service, and all the elements that make your house a home. Delivery available and financing available to qualified buyers at Nelson Furniture, Valentine. Todd Flynn Law Office, PC LLO in Ainsworth, 382-3420. When you need legal assistance, whether for personal, business, or farm and ranch concerns, call Todd Flynn Law Office, PC LLO at 402-382-3420 in Ainsworth.
A plumber who shows up in a flash? Call on Lytle Plumbing. From annoying drips to new construction, septic tank install to emergency calls. You just want someone experienced, reliable, and honest. John Davis and his crew show up. Call 402-760-0450.
Well, we have a couple of score updates after 3 quarters. Central Valley now leading North Central 51-19. Knights led that game 11-10 at the end of one. And Stewart, a big road win against Anselmo Myrna, 57-34. Evans, they try to thread a pass to him through a double to a lot of traffic, and it's picked off by Sykes. Bulldogs turn it over. 9 turnovers in the second half. A high total. Ainsworth had been taking care of the basketball pretty well. But the Bulldogs out comfortably by 26, 4:45 to play. Stout drives through. His pass, or his dribble knocked away by Rucker and stolen by Fernandez. Chris on the drive all the way to the rack, puts it up and scores. Fernandez with 16 for the Bulldogs, 58-30. Into the right corner. Plogie dumps it down low to Marshall, bounces it to Troush. Shot up, no, but a foul on Ortner. And Troush will go to the line for 2. Third foul on Jacob, so he and Rucker with 3, Bates and Raymond with 4. 58-30 with 4:21 to play. Valentine defeats West Holt 66-14. Stewart over Anselmo Myrna, 57-34 is the free throw good from Troush. Those are finals on the boys' side. Girls' side, Ainsworth 43-35 over Burwell. It was Central Valley defeating North Central 64-46. West Holt girls, a big 62-31 win over a good Valentine team. And the Anselmo Myrna girls defeat Stewart 51-25. First free throw was good from Troush. The second is up, and that one also good for the freshman. Little press by the Longhorns. Bulldogs break it. Rucker to Painter. Gets it across the timeline. Back to Rucker, top of the key. Burwell extending that zone. Here's Painter into the right corner. Bear Ray. Double teamed. Throws it to Painter. And a hold call against Burwell. That'll go on Binyam Sykes. Just the first foul of the fourth quarter on the Longhorns. Bulldogs get a fresh 35-second clock with 4:05 to play. It'll be Bear Ray to inbound for Ainsworth. Ray gets it into the corner to Painter. Up top to Ray. Wing, Kyle Fernandez fires a 3 and hits a West Plains Bank triple. Kyle Fernandez off the bench on the second assist for Bear Ray. 61-32, largest lead now for Ainsworth at 29. Troush into the corner to Hicks. That's freshman to freshman. Pull up 17-footer is good. Cord Hicks having a nice game on the assist by Troush. Rucker to Painter. Back to Jackson as they break the pressure, get it ahead to Fernandez. He'll fire another three. That one off the back iron, but the rebound run down by Bear Ray. Bulldogs get a fresh 35. Painter backs it out up top to Rucker. Jackson dribbles left side. It goes to Kyle Fernandez. Back to Rucker. Extending that zone defense are the Longhorns. Inside to Fernandez against the shot blocker and Plugi. Out to Ray. Pull up on the left elbow. Bear front rim. And the board down to Hicks. 61-34. Troush poked away by Ortner, and then Jacob will get called for a bump as he tried to go after the loose ball. Fourth foul on Ortner with 3 minutes to go. Bates and Raymond and Graham Deuster in. They will replace Ortner and Rucker. 61-34. Bulldogs have played 9 in their rotation. Left corner, here's Plugi to Sykes against the Ainsworth zone. Sykes a handoff to Maynard. Left side to Plugi. They have not posted Plugi up much in this second half. It's Hicks that's been posting up. Turnaround jumper blocked by Deuster, and the rebound down to Bear Ray. Deuster gets the block. Here comes Ray. Into the corner. It's knocked away by Sykes and out of bounds near the Bulldog student section. It'll be Ainsworth basketball. Painter will trigger it in. Ainsworth on the way to its 3rd straight victory, but they'll have a tough one on the road Friday against the defending D2 state champion O'Neill St. Mary's in what's now a conference matchup in the Niobrara Valley. Raymond in the left corner. They try to trap him. Gets it to Deuster. Out to Ray. Top of the key. 3 is good for Bear. A West Plains Bank 3 for Bear Ray. His first bucket on the assist from Graham Deuster. It's a 30-point Bulldog lead, 64-34. Troush on the drive, and he's called for traveling. 25 Burwell turnovers. Bulldogs have turned it over 13 times. Burwell coming up for a full court press as new players subbing in for both teams. We'll see Adolfo Rojas in for Ainsworth. He'll replace Witten Painter with 2:11 to go. Rojas, a senior for the Bulldogs. Bear Ray to trigger it in against the full court press. Gets it to Kyle Fernandez. Back to Bear Ray, who hadn't cleared the baseline yet. Ainsworth turns it over. Coach Jake Nelson telling his youngsters, calm down against the press. So Burwell gets it back. 2:06 to play. That's a big win for Stewart on the road tonight against Anselmo Myrna, 57-34. Get it into Plugi, 14-footer good on the inbound assist for Troush. Plugi now with 14 to lead the Longhorns. Bulldogs get it ahead to break the press to Rojas. And his pass to Ray. Bear fires a 3 and banks home a West Plains Bank triple. On the assist from Adolfo Rojas. Bear back-to-back threes for the Bulldogs. Hicks on the drive, puts up a shot off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound down to Bates and Raymond. Throws it ahead to Kyle Fernandez. Baseline jumper, side of the rim, and Bateson's going to foul out of the game as Plugi down with the board. And Bateson climbed on him. And Bateson will foul out with 1:31 to go. Out will go Bates and Raymond as Coach Jake Nelson needs to get somebody in, and it is going to be Braden Zimba. Braden, a junior, will replace Raymond. 67-36. And that was the 5th team foul for Ainsworth, so we'll walk the other way, and Plugi will go to the free throw line. Burwell had this game within 7 late in the second quarter, but the Bulldogs had a huge run from there as Plugi knocks in the free throw. We'll see subs in for the Longhorns. Burwell will play on Thursday on the road at a good Central Valley team, and then a home matchup Saturday against Archangels. Ainsworth, a Friday trip to O'Neill St. Mary's before hosting Boyd County here next Tuesday. Second free throw is short for Plugi, makes 1 of 2. And Hayes comes out as into the game. Brexton Stout. See Hudson Redmond out there for the first time. Axel Smith back in. Cody Marshall on the floor, along with Sully Troush. Ainsworth has Ray, Kyle Fernandez, Rojas, Braden Zimba, and Graham Deuster. High post to Zimba. Gets it to Kyle. Here's Ray, top of the key to Rojas. He drives, shuts off, out to Ray. Gets a screen. Bear pull up 17-footer, too strong. Rebound on the ground, fought for. Players on the floor after it, still loose. Hot potato. Troush comes out of there with it. Hard-earned rebound there for Troush. A minute remaining. Nice bounce pass inside Troush, and it will be a travel called on Axel Smith. We'll see Jacob Hart into the game for Burwell, along with Robert Standley. 55 seconds remaining. Ainsworth gets it back. Bulldogs will send a couple more subs, as we'll see Axel Gress into the game, along with Cesar Mingo. Out goes Rojas. So we'll get it into Bear Ray after the substitutions for the final minute of this one. On the wing, Deuster gives it back to Ray. Bear off the glass, scores. Second assist for Deuster. And Bear Ray with 8 second-half points, including 2 threes. All here in the fourth quarter for Bear. 32-point lead for Ainsworth. High post is Smith. They get it out for a three. That one won't go. Offensive rebound down to Brexton Stout. 23 seconds to play in the ball game. Bear can't save it on a steal attempt over by the Sand Hills Care Center fans watching from the front row on the far side. Robert Stanley will trigger it in. Bulldogs will bring back Rojas as Bear Ray comes out for the final 21 seconds. Bulldogs will win their third straight before a road trip Friday to the D2 defending champions St. Mary's Cardinals, who may be better than they were last year for that state title team. There is a drive, ball knocked away, stolen by Gress. Here comes Rojas with 7 seconds left. Rojas down the lane, scores, and the foul, and the crowd goes wild for Adolfo as he'll go to the line for an and one, and the entire crowd erupts for that Bulldog senior. Adolfo Rojas gets into the scoring column. And look at him. He knows, not even cracking a smile like he's been there before. And he'll go to the line for the and one. Free throw is up. Front rim, rebounded Deuster. Graham triple teamed, and he'll lose it as time expires. The Ainsworth Bulldogs put up a season high 71, and they defeat the Burwell Longhorns 71-37. We'll come back to tell you more about it in our Tri-County Bank Into the Game summary and our Buckles Automotive postgame show. Bulldogs sweep the home doubleheader tonight against the Burwell Longhorns, 43-35 on the girls' side, 71-37. Bulldogs win the boys' game.
Jones Salvage of Ainsworth, proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics, has new steel and windbreak steel available, tractors and vehicles, and pays competitive prices for scrap iron, vehicles, and farm machinery. Call Tom at 402-382-8004 or Willie at 402-382-8784. Grain movement and marketing. For independent grain marketing, contact Pride Grain, located on Highway 20 between Long Pine and Bassett. They have a variety of marketing tools available to meet your individual marketing plan. Visit with Brad Wilkins at Pride Grain. They're proud to be a supporter of local athletics. Stop in and see Mike Schrod, your State Farm insurance agent on Main Street in Ainsworth for all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs. That's State Farm Insurance on Main Street in Ainsworth. Good service at a good price. See Mike Schrod, your State Farm insurance agent in Ainsworth.
Before you head out to your next destination, fuel up at Yogi's Place, Highway 20 in Ainsworth. And while in, make sure to fuel your body up with select sandwiches, snacks, candies, and beverages. They also have gift cards, too. Yogi's Place, Highway 20 in Ainsworth, is open Monday through Saturday.
Go ahead and improve with Tim's Construction of Ainsworth. Additions, kitchens, bathrooms, roofing, drywall, window replacement, siding, even custom-built homes start to finish. Call Tim's Construction of Ainsworth for a free, no-obligation quote at 402-760-0162.
No overpriced lawn services? No headaches. Call on Stack Lawn Care in Ainsworth. Grant Stack offers underground sprinkler systems, landscaping services, mowing, dethatching, seasonal cleanup, and more. Call or text 402-760-86